as you guys are getting onto the towards the doors, the Ebon Hawk is probably flying in at that point. Did you give them clearance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys fly in with ease. No problem whatsoever.
Okay.
I should let the audience know we did change some things between the two sessions. So instead of JP's team going to the Kashyyyk, they're now going to help kill Sion.
Or I could just go on my own and have my team go to Kashyyyk. Kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Oh, before we get too far.
Yes!
Destiny rolls.
Something dark side. God.
It's fine. There's already 4 dark side.
Yeah. There's already 4 dark sides.
So now there's 4 in a light. He rolled already, so JP's the only one left.
Come on, Darky.
All right, so it's almost balanced.
4 dark, 3 light.
Yep. And it's impossible to balance, actually, unless Colton's here.
Right.
You can roll for Colton.
Yeah, roll for him.
Yes!
5 dark.
Yes!
I mean, it helps.
Something dark side.
I mean, it helps him, anyways.
Yeah, it does, actually.
Not if I use them all before he gets the chance to.
Destiny point. No destiny point.
You can't.
Destiny point negate Colton's destiny points. Yeah!
So, you guys are walking up, and are you going to let him know that you're pulling in?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a little beep 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 from your communicator, and of course Sion doesn't notice.
He doesn't what?
Sion doesn't notice because it's connected to you. So I mean,
okay, good.
and Sion's like right at the door, about to open it.
The prison door?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. He was with us going in.
yeah. So he's with you guys. So are you going to answer his call?
Oh, yeah.
I'm here. Open up.
Well, I mean,
I thought you flew in.
you already flew in.
Oh, okay.
You just have to start making your way towards the prison.
I just need to come here.
Do you?
So, I'll send him the schematics so we can get
Yeah.
there quickly.
So, are you going to tell him to wait, try to stall Sion before killing him? Because I know how badly you want to kill him.
Yeah. I want to deliver the final blows.
Well, like, she's so fucking special.
He's my pupil.
And?
Cunt nugget.
And? He's my master.
I didn't
and
know.
He's the actual dead bodily harm
Why are
on
you
me.
in this conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Palms open, dick walk.
No, it's not. It's a
closed.
close. It's closed. Otherwise, Sion would hear it too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
this
thought
will
we
happen.
left ours open.
We left ours open. Mine and yours. And then I left mine and his open, or hers.
So wouldn't
Close.
my transitive property be able to...
No.
Only, well,
No, it doesn't work that way.
God says, Space God says it's not for this. Just so Sion doesn't hear.
I would like to deliver the final blow to my pupil.
Well,
I think it's only fitting.
you're just gonna have to get here quick because there's supposed to be 3 Jedi fighting him. 1 neutral and 2 Jedi. To be exact.
And of course,
Neutral.
No.
you know.
I thought you were evil.
No. I was about to say, out of game, you know that character. I mean, in game, you know the character.
Yeah.
I was about to
She's
say,
neutral.
yeah, she's neutral.
Okay.
Why do you think she's the face of the Empire?
I am noodle.
You're evil. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so-
I'm hurrying up.
All right. Well, Malik opens the door and sees Bastila and Malik with their lightsabers ignited, ready.
Hold on, you mean Sion opens the
Sion,
door?
yeah, sorry. And one of the soldiers that went with you tries to shoot at him and says, "Down you go!" And Sion deflects it and force pushes the guy down. And he says, "I hope you weren't thinking of leaving so soon, Bastilo. I spent far too much energy hunting down you and your companions to let you get away from me now." And he says, "Besides, I had to see for myself if it was true. Even now, I can hardly believe my eyes. Tell me, why did the Jedi spare you? Is it vengeance you seek at this reunion?" And he's looking at Gius while saying this. "This meeting was inevitable, Sion. As is the outcome. I am actually surprised this confrontation did not happen sooner, given how powerful your mind once was. Even the combined power of the Jedi Council couldn't keep your true identity buried forever, could it?" And Malik's like, "Yeah, you're right. They already told me." Wait, what?
Like, oh yeah, your master told me.
So remember when you told me to ask about it? I didn't, but they told me anyways. Oh. So do we fight now?
I feel like they let it all land and just fucking flip.
I did.
Do we? What?
Well, there can only be one Highlander.
Roll initiative.
There actually is initiative in this game, so I mean.
Right?
What?
Automatic 20s and I get to preempt everything. With deflect.
So, what's your cool?
Mine?
Yeah, because we're gonna do.
Three.
Okay. So just the 3 green. 2 advantages. Remember that. Which you're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
What's your cool?
Mine?
Armor
Yeah,
class
fight's
is
about to
on
happen.
here, though.
Michael, where's my...
Oh, I would have looked if I know what's
What's the AC? You don't have it written down.
222.
AC?
Uh-huh.
What's your cool?
One.
1. A perfect 1.
Alright, back. Julie's pulling
Okay, so Malik's gonna go. Malik gets to go first.
What time is first?
Yep.
It's only 45. So I'm ready.
And then after Malik is Sion, and then you, and then you.
So are you guys in the middle of something?
They're about to fight.
Did you not roll the basket?
Oh, you're right.
So just give me a sit rep when it's
Malik, Basilisk, Sion.
Had to get one more in before Zion went. And how many turns before JP shoots?
Give me a. What kind of knowledge check would be good for that? Coordination?
I have parry in place of
Well, no, not you. Because he has to make his way to the fight. Would coordination make sense?
Yeah. It's about the only thing I think.
Okay.
It does work off agility. So.
Yeah. Well, I say coordination because he's like having to make sense of the map and figure out how to get places.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me coordination. And it's going to be easy because he gave you the map, so.
Yeah.
Coordination is 2 green.
Alright. Let's see, so that's that. It'll take him 2 rounds.
So about the time Zion goes to take his turn,
Well,
or are you saying 2
2 full rounds.
full seconds?
2 full rounds. Okay, so Malik's gonna go right away because before Sion can do anything.
So he's initiating the entire time.
Yeah, because he was just like, why keep this conversation going?
Yeah. Oh, it's time to kill you.
How pissed off is Mal? Simon.
He's not really angry. He just knows that this is something that,
Yeah, he's just
Needs to
something
happen.
gotta do.
yeah.
Vasila's pretty pissed, I guess.
Yeah, because you interrupted her happy time.
Yeah. I didn't.
I mean, you did for the fight.
Yeah, but I gave him time to prepare. Zion interrupted their happy time.
No, they were prepared because you interrupted.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll make it up to him.
Oh, he manages to hit Sion.
Do you put it online or one at a time? How do you take
What is your job title?
Well, with his lightsaber.
Oh, he hits him with the lightsaber. Shit.
At a hotel.
Yeah, no, they had their lightsabers drawn.
Oh,
Where
okay.
nothing happens.
That's how prepared they were.
Dick.
Right?
They were like, well,
You get
there's,
paid what, $10 an hour?
9.
why wouldn't we be this prepared?
That's because I've been experienced.
And technically, Bastila gets to go twice because she uses a double-bladed lightsaber.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Wait. You
That's
never
just
told
how
us
he-
this?
I've always
He
done
did.
it that way.
We actually had a long talk about this.
I didn't know that.
Because he told me, like, the way I treat it is, you know, like, could you reasonably do it as opposed to, like, whatever the book says. He told me I could just have 2 blasters and shoot twice.
Yeah,
And I had
I've
never
always,
done it, so.
I've always
never known that.
I've always played it that way.
But I still just use one blaster. Because,
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, didn't you notice? Don't you remember night 1? Dan was like, "Well, I've got 2 guns."
And I always thought, never mind.
No, you're good. But yeah, I always play it that way because it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're gonna strike, you're gonna use the other half of your
Flow would
strike.
stop being flow and turn into flood if you started using dual pistols.
Flood Dameron.
No, see, that's when flow becomes way too actually useful to everybody else.
You know, I kind of like being restricted to all of my badass stuff happens in like the role playing and not necessarily in the combat.
So let's see. 2, 4.
Illusion spell. I'm gonna charm you to stop your attack.
So let's see.
You remember that? I blue steeled him. And he cut me in half. That was a good time.
You're trying to smolder me.
I'm gonna smolder JP. Critical fail. Yeah.
All right.
At some point,
So he's
illusion.
starting to hurt, and he's angry, like really angry. So he looks over at you guys, and it's his turn now because she hit him twice with both attacks.
Okay.
And he looks at you two, and he's like, you can tell that he knows.
Good.
Because he's not dumb.
Something dark side.
Especially since you've already tried once.
Yeah. There's a reason 2 people are there trying to kill him.
Jesus Christ. Is that a dissertation or something?
Homework.
So let's see, what can he do? He's probably gonna strike. The decision of who to strike.
There's 4 strengths that he can modifiers, which would be an additional 4 points to add, but it's also 4 additional force points to use. And he can use a force point to reduce the crit rating
Which specific book
of
are you?
attacks to 1.
Which specific book are you using?
I'm
Just so,
using the Force of Destiny.
just the core.
The core.
Okay. Because I can quickly pull it up now.
You can give the attack and snare too,
Yep.
and strain, or and burn.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, so he's probably gonna focus on strength.
So he has three left he can spend.
After using the main basic
Yeah.
power, yeah. So 1, 2.
He can add a +3 to the attack, or he could give a burn 2 and snare 2, and an extra will.
Which one's burn?
Burn is duration, right above mastery,
Oh, okay.
and then control is ensnare.
And burn lets it to where over time it still damages, right?
Yeah, I think it damages 2 additional times.
Okay. All right, and now to flip a die. All right,
Do I stink fist now?
he's going after B9.
Oh god.
He's gonna go after B9 with a duration and 2 extra strength.
Okay.
So that would bring it up to, let's see, how many ranks of strength does
What's
he?
his willpower? 2.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Well,
I'm sorry, did you just offer to
except-
run me when you get home?
Oh.
you know, no. So it's
Equal.
4, 8. So it's 8 plus 2. All right. So burn.
I think it's the same number. Same.
When triggered, target suffers weapons base damage for a number of rounds equal. So he'll take 2 additional damage for 2 more rounds.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think it's because it's-
okay.
that's
So
what I will- it will take.
speaking of taking things,
Yeah.
he strikes you for 10 damage
He strikes me for 10 damage
with lightning.
with lightning.
Does that go past his soak?
It does not say it does.
Okay, so then we'll assume that it doesn't.
Yeah.
So what's your soak? Oh, I got it. Yeah, 2 soak, so he'll take 8 damage still. Yikes.
I forgot how much health I
you have 11, and you're down to 3,
Yeah.
and it's burn damage, which means this round, no, the next round,
you'll
and the round after that, you'll be dead.
Yeah, but wouldn't it also go through soak to burn? No. Okay.
Not if it's passive.
Yeah.
If it's like an inflicted status effect, like poison or something like that, you've already been hit with it. It's an internal cyclical reaction.
All right. So, yikes, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Fine. There's like
There's plenty of you to go around.
20,000 of me on this ship. It doesn't matter.
All right. So now it's your turn.
My turn. So I'm gonna call for like, because I'm pretty sure I did not make it look obvious. I'm gonna go ahead and call for like 10 more B9s.
Okay. Yeah, because at first, because really all you had was like one guard with you, and Malik took that guy out. Like, I mean, Sion took it out like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep saying Malik because
Yeah.
it was supposed to be Malik.
So I'm gonna call for them.
Uh huh. Okay, they might take a round.
Yeah, that's fine. And let's see. I guess I will retaliate. I guess missiles might be a little too much for this room I'm in, so I guess I'll use my gunnery at him.
Okay, so you're gonna use your gun.
Yeah.
All right.
And it is maxed out.
Yep. So it's 5-5. So just a perfect 5. And you're in close.
Close proximity.
You're not hitting. You're not in engaged though, are you?
Huh?
You're not in engaged range with him though, are you?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I'd say you're probably short though, which it's the same roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely short distance if you hit with the lightning, because that's short distance.
That is short range.
So, wowzers.
Oh, and I did have 2 advantages, remember? You told me to remember that for some reason.
Oh, was that? I think that was probably because you like. That was more so I knew the order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I remembered it myself, and I didn't tell you that. My bad. So let's see, 11 damage. You critted, so that's 22.
Good God.
23, 24, 25, 26.
26 damage.
JP,
I killed him.
Wait, did you just kill the Emperor?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's what Colton gets for only showing up for one of the 50 missions.
So let's see, what was the... I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, you telling me that he can deflect shit, but he can't? What did he
He's
do,
not
blow
the-
up? Did he
He's
blow
not
up?
the same. He's an aggressor.
Yeah, he's aggressor.
I don't know. They may have
the,
something.
I'm
Let's
the
see.
defensive dude. I'm the one.
I'm
that's
defensive
defensive
too.
Yeah. Oh, so one of the things he did during the fight between him and Flo, Flo shot at him,
Point blank.
and he deflected it, and it hit Malik, almost killing him.
Yeah, he almost killed Malik by accident.
Well, it was purposefully
I'm over here
accident.
freaking out like, don't kill him!
Did you add his grit? He gains +1 strain. He gains +2 wound threshold.
He's fine.
Sorry, +4.
How's that?
+4. Yeah. +4 wound threshold, +2 strain.
So he's hobbling, and he starts to run off,
Oh, get him, Kaana.
and he
My turn?
presses a button as he's hobbling off.
This is-
Yes.
Press the button.
No, as he's running the fuck away, I'm lightning bolting him.
Hey, I want to kill him, you bastard.
We're gonna let you slice him to pieces.
No, then it's not
So
satisfying.
you're gonna use lightning
Holy
now.
shit, did you guys like ambush the Emperor? Did I miss something?
Yeah, they've been setting up this ambush the last session.
It's like I would normally expect that there'd be like a shit ton of like soldiers at his disposal and stuff.
It's the reason I had captured faster than Malik.
Okay, so what's your force rating? 3?
Yeah.
Colton, you should have seen this
One.
coming.
2. He did. 3. All right, so you got 3 to use, which
So when you guys
Just
kill
the
him,
basic,
is he gonna
that's
go down
2.
saying, "I'll be
So you have 1 left to
comfortable,
use.
we're making that for magic."
Awesome.
So what are you going to use that 1 more
I
point
think
on?
that's a bluff.
What would we use on? Is that like an action thing that I get?
On that Force Lightning tree.
No point in burning him because he's almost dead.
He has against all odds, by the way.
Which
when
is?
incapacitated,
Mhm.
her form against all odds action, making a hard resilient check with points equal with whatever the blank
Mhm.
roll is equal to force
Oh, light
rating,
side.
heal wounds equal to the crit spend, equal to crit spend
Oh, so he
force
can.
points to
So
add
basically,
crit.
while unconscious, he can heal himself.
Yes. And he generates force points to use it. He can spend force points to generate a crit. And use the crit to heal. Equal to his resilient check.
So is this like the equivalent of like when Anakin gets thrown into the lava and he crawls out?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
against all odds.
Okay, so did you get a chance to look at the tree?
I don't have any.
I haven't.
So I don't know what goes on with that tree.
So basically, so you didn't buy any of it.
I only got unleashed.
Okay, so you just got the basic power.
Yeah.
Okay, then you can't use that last point.
Okay.
So what's your will
My willpower is.
or discipline rather? Sorry, what's your discipline?
My discipline. It is 5 yellow.
5 yellow.
Aren't those persona classes?
Yeah.
You need to make
Are
a
they
fear check.
expensive? Are they expensive?
Fear sum.
Why does?
When an adversary becomes engaged with the character may force the adversary to make a fear check with a difficulty equal to the character's rank in fear sum.
Can I put my description?
He has.
I forget what fear is under, like, cause it's not its own
He
stat.
has no. The ranks are part of the trait.
Lenses in and out.
So he has 2 ranks, 3 ranks in fear sum.
Oh.
You gave them the frame
But I
design
forget
when-
what he has to roll in return.
When you bought the frame and you went to go get your lenses, did you give them the frame design?
I think so. You're probably right.
Still 5.
Yeah. So what's his fear?
They
3?
just come out easy
Okay.
with the plastic frame.
Still 5 yellow.
You can pop them out and back in.
You're fine. You're not scared of him.
Good.
If you twisted at the bridge,
So,
they both pop
what's
out?
going on with him now that I've shocked
No,
him?
you probably
Yeah, I just rolled that. Hold on. So you're able to do the shock.
I wasn't aware that there was more to Unleashed than Unleashed.
And
If you never
then
played the game,
because
I
there's
never got that far.
basic.
you actually now have to catch a falling destroyer. Yeah, think before you use Unleash.
I'm curious as to the button.
So what's your willpower?
Willpower is a 5.
I'm
Oh,
curious
okay.
as to
That's
the
right.
button he pressed, because he said he was running away and pressed the button.
So that means 5. 6. All right, you hit him for 5.
Awesome.
Even with soak.
Oh wait.
I have 3 breach, I'll have you know.
And remember, he gets an additional +2 soak and an
Yeah.
additional +4 thresh.
Okay, he's fine. You hit him for nothing then.
That's bullshit, because I have 3 breach.
Oh,
But breach doesn't count in force powers.
yeah, it's for your weapons.
Yeah.
So he's just like,
My final.
if anything, it should have killed him. No, I'm kidding.
I guess my final. Can I use my final point to pull him toward me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. So you're gonna use your. So you're using your force power move.
Yeah.
Or better yet,
Can we
you
say
should
up
have
here
just
yet?
force power pushed me to him.
No, because technically all this occurs in 6 seconds. Because time in role playing games.
Yeah. He could have done just like Josh and thrown me at the guy's head.
Hey, does he have a silhouette of 0?
Hey, don't knock it if it works.
I don't think he does.
It worked.
You can't move him. Yeah, because you can only with the 1 point for the basic move power, You can only move one object of silhouette 0 that is within short range up to your maximum range. The default maximum range is your short range, so you can move him basically closer to you, and that's it. If you could, but he's not a silhouette 0. People aren't zeros. I think people are ones at the very least. Which you would need to use like a strength or something. I forget which one you would have to use to bring it up. Oh, it is strength. You would have to use strength.
So it requires two.
You have to increase them. You gotta learn.
How do you do that?
We've been
Nobody
steadily
told me this.
refining the force.
Hold on, guys.
powers.
Are you telling me that right now, while you're trying to blast the shit out of the Emperor, he's like, no, it didn't work, dude. You gotta keep this shit in mind. Let's just keep the battle going.
Nobody told me
Wait,
that.
I got a solution.
Throw him at the
Destiny
Emperor.
point reset his force powers.
Because now I know what I'm going to be doing, because obviously my force powers are useless.
It's alright, man. The story's
It's
gonna
fine.
be over tonight, probably, anyways. I have a plan.
So
I
anyways,
don't want to waste my turn knowing that my force powers are fucking nothing.
you wanted
Well,
It's
it
fu-
depends on how much force you
Just
generate.
fucking deflect shit at him, dude. Shoot yourself and deflect it back at him.
Yeah,
That works.
apparently it's not good enough.
No, it's how many points you generate per each dice roll.
he
Jared,
regenerated 3.
Jared, I have a
Yeah.
plan for you. Shoot yourself in the foot, deflect it back
You got
at him.
like the bare
Once every time.
minimum. You got the bare minimum.
Yeah,
force.
you just got really unlucky.
Yeah, with your roll. It's like rolling a 1.
You rolled an natty one.
He rolled the force equivalent to that.
Yeah.
Them's the rules. I usually bend them.
Well, so now that's the first round.
Yep. So that's the end of the first round. So at this point, you're halfway there.
God damn it! Keep him alive.
I'm about to die. I don't know what the fuck you want me to do.
Well,
I shot him. He's wobbling off. like
tell
this.
them to keep him alive. Bind him or something.
Yeah, because I can do that as a machine.
You can tell them.
Like this.
There you go. But will you?
Yeah. I
Okay.
can tell them to try to restrain him or bind him.
All right. So that means both Malik and Bastor end up going to try to use force bind.
Okay.
At the
Is-
same time, should make it powerful.
Not in this. I don't think it's.
I mean, it could if they both manage to succeed.
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking at the bind tree. You're
That's the
fine.
point they succeed.
It's back.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, 286. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So
Yeah, like this one says it does wounds ignoring soak.
if the user ends any.
Any,
Oh, so this one dark side does matter.
yeah, this one dark side.
Oh, let me re-roll because I was not paying attention then. 2 light, 2 dark, a dark. That's it. But they're just gonna use. They're just gonna use the 1 light currently. And then he's in short range still, so that's it. He's held. He's held by one of them.
The other one didn't succeed?
Well, the other one didn't roll yet.
Oh.
Malik's
And
holding.
he can, and if he had 3 more lights, he could increase the duration.
He had 1 more light. So.
Do you already? This
Oh, actually, he's going to use that last one for the control. So that way, whenever Malik tries to move,
or farther away.
yeah. Well, whenever Malik tries to move, it'll actually make him suffer. I mean, Sion tries to move. It'll make him suffer a strain equal to Malik's willpower. So, Sion can try to move, but it's not going to be good for him. And I guess Bastila just stands there, like, okay.
She failed.
Well, she was just like, well, you've already got it. He's held. Is anybody gonna make any more actions?
I'm gonna actually like, chop off his arms and legs.
You're gonna kill him.
No.
He said chop off his arms and legs.
You're gonna kill him.
That's.
Make him bitter.
That adds damage.
That's non-lethal damage.
No, it's not. It's
I mean, it is
lethal.
non-lethal.
I think
It
every
is
time you
lethal.
cut off a limb, you should see if he dies from pain.
Yeah.
Anakin didn't.
Nah, he might
So
have
if he
that.
fucking dies,
Are you using a saber? Are you
Yeah, he's using a lightsaber.
That's automatic cauterization because I'm using a saber.
Yep.
Okay.
So he won't bleed out at the very least. I think at
You know
work-
what? He's gonna be alive and very aware from all the shock.
So he'll probably get shock if anything. He might die from
He'll
shock.
die from shock.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not gonna die before you get there, Jake.
I say,
Yeah, I
flip a
don't
coin.
want-
Heads, he dies from shock. Tails, he survives the ordeal. And he's like,
All right.
no,
what
what does the Black Knight say?
You have a
after
5
his arms and
discipline,
legs are
right?
off?
I have a
What a
5
flesh
discipline and a 3 breach.
Well, discipline's all that matters in this case. Actually, what's your... Actually, I wouldn't even say discipline. I would say give me your coordination. He needs discipline. You need coordination.
Right?
Crap. He might be in trouble.
I don't think his coordination is that high.
It's a 3.
3? Alright, you're good. You didn't kill him. At least for that one. It's one of his limbs. Or did you get both of his hands at the same time?
I got his hands at the same time.
Okay, so his hands are gone.
You're a dick.
We're making sure.
At least I'm not being a sadist and be like one limb at a time.
Are you gonna get his legs now?
Yeah, I'm gonna get his legs.
Okay, he passes out. But he's alive.
Ah.
He needs to generate force points to heal.
1, 2,
3, 4.
4.
So he generates 4 crits. Heals him for 4.
Okay. Alright, so he's passed out. Are we gonna... And I guess you're the end of the line, so I guess we're back at the top of the round, which is when you show up.
The fuck happened here?
And so do the... I'll let you have time.
Got him. Got him back.
I mean, an
Also,
arm for
how much dark side should he get for that?
Nothing.
a
'cause that-
lot.
No, he killed.
Nothing.
He hit the Emperor, which is the dark guy.
Doesn't mean he's...
That doesn't make it a
Yeah.
better action.
I
Yeah.
got him because he got me.
That's still dark side.
That is
No,
eye
it's not,
for an
that's
eye. That is eye for
An eye for an eye is
It's
still an
revenge.
evil act. Revenge is still evil.
Alright,
He was doing it for the people.
I say he goes down by...
okay, okay. Heads 5, tails
Tails
10. Alright, Google, give me that coin flip. Flipping. It's 10.
So you kill him?
So you go down by 10.
He's still neutral.
Yeah, he's still neutral. He's at 40.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just do something that changed your alignment?
Yeah.
Yeah, he cut off Sion's arms and legs.
That's very spiteful.
Yeah, you see?
But it was deserved.
I like it. No, you're still neutral.
Deserved.
Well, I mean, that's still retribution.
But it doesn't make it the right action.
My character's more cold and calculating anyway. I mean,
I guess it really
eye
depends.
for an eye,
In
my
this
wins
situation,
lost.
though, taking the Emperor down is retribution enough.
Well-
I don't think the people care about what happens specifically to the Emperor as long as
Because he's
the
already...
Emperor is
Well,
dealt with.
except the public loves the Emperor, so
Yeah.
this will be interesting to see how the public...
Oh,
thinks
yeah.
she's the
No.
Emperor.
But hold on. This is a little bit of a philosophical question. Because is morality centered on the individual or on public perception?
It's public
Because if
perception.
morality was based on public perception, I was evil for a long time.
It's public perception because PR.
Yeah.
But for the sake of Destiny, Light Point, Dark Point,
It would be
like
on the
which
person.
is going to use its individual morality.
Oh, no, yeah.
So
Yeah.
to the people, it would be considered as like an aggressive, unnecessary action. But as far as you're concerned, it might have been considered a retributional act.
But as far as
So
Space
I
God's
see it go down-
concerned,
I see it going down a little bit, but
Yeah.
not because the people see it as bad.
no, that's not why I did it.
No, that's fine.
I did it because
Of what I
because morally, it's kind of one of those gray things of getting revenge. Because it's like,
He's the reason why my character's stomach has scars and my left arm is gone.
yeah, but he's at 0.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, so you did it for personal reasons? Yeah, that's revenge. That's not retribution.
Eye for an eye, that's what it was.
You're going Old
Let's
Testament
tell
on
you
him.
honest, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, used by most dictators.
Yeah.
Used by me.
Anyways, now that we've got that, so you've seen this in your life. What did you?
What the
Uh,
hell?
Wait. Don't worry about it. We're leaving it all in your care. Bastila, Malik, him, we're leaving it all to you. Let's go.
So Sion's passed out. And
What are you guys doing?
Well, we're leaving the ship. Me and
Did you
Kaana-
say that in character?
Yes, in character.
You're blowing this ship up, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Very quick response.
Roll cool. Roll.
Run!
roll perception.
We're getting on the ship and leaving. Grab him.
I'm not. I'm letting you kill this guy.
We're taking him with us. He's gonna stand trial. He can't go anywhere.
You want him to
Quite
stand
literally.
trial? You want him to stand trial?
Yes.
Go get on the ship. Okay.
How's he gonna stand trial? He can barely stand.
Pretty fucked up.
He's gonna hover
You're
on
gonna
trial.
cut the dude's legs off and then make him stand. Trial.
You're not gonna blow up the ship, right?
Man,
I am if you don't kill him.
if I
He's got this.
But not
Stand
to worry,
war
I hit him
crimes.
for non-lethal
No, he's gonna
damage.
die for war crimes.
It's fair.
He's gonna die for war crimes, yes. But it needs to be.
Man,
Here and
I
now.
wish Colton wasn't on his date
You know what'd be really
because
fucked up? If because of the Emperor and all of his systematic clout,
Bluetooth
right,
women
he's
on
able
video.
to like have the system work in his
I wanna
favor.
make sure
Not
he
only does
dies.
he get off on all
He will
charges,
die,
but he
but he has to
countersues
stand
for
trial.
attempted
No,
murder.
yeah.
well, thing is he wouldn't be charged by the. So wait,
Since I am the public figure of the Empire, I run the Empire.
But he is the Emperor. Like it would be
I don't
more of
know
an
that.
I am on the
impeachment.
council.
well, except he's not being tried by the Empire. He's being tried by the Republic
Don't worry.
for war crimes.
So it'd be like a foreign nation handling a foreign nation. Yeah, it would be more of like a.
Because I seen him push a button.
Yeah, it would be like a punishment type.
We are running.
All right,
They're
so they're taking him alive.
Yes.
and
Okay.
We're going to.
Whatever happened. What's that button that he pushed?
Where's your ship?
The big button.
Your big ship.
Oh, it's oh.
That way.
You weren't there to see that though, so you wouldn't know.
He told me.
It's on the floor. You see it.
What is
I
it?
thought we used my ship for docket.
It was a call for military forces.
I thought we used
Oh,
my ship for
okay.
dock.
Basically, he was calling for backup.
Which none came.
Well, because
Are we on your ship?
basically when his backup was gonna arrive was when his would too.
Off your ship.
Alright, we're getting
Get on
on
my ship.
my ship.
All right, so
Alright, and we are going.
you're also doing the same.
Well, we're sending. Because we're on his ship.
Yeah, the interception
Okay,
too.
well, Interception 2. We're going back to. We're going back to the Interception 1.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're not, like, super close, but.
Well, yeah, because they're basically star destroyers. I would hope they're not close.
Yeah. But we're going back to the Interception.
Yeah, I was about to say because that's how spaceship crashes happen.
Yeah.
Yep, and we're on our ship getting out.
All right, so I think now's probably a good time to. So I guess I'll just say you guys make it.
Okay.
Before it blows up.
Well, considering you both left around the same time,
Yeah.
I would assume he left it long enough for you to be able to, for him to get off. Which means if you get off, I mean if he gets off, you got off because you
Is
both
it about
left.
to be my turn? Or
Yes, it's about to be your time. You guys get a good distance away and
It
it explodes.
We put his corpse in a.
It's not a corpse. He's still alive.
His corpse in a force cell or whatever to keep him at bay.
The ship doesn't have one.
Just gonna keep him under a suppression. He can't move.
Yeah, he's currently. Well, actually, Malik released the bind, but he can
What's he gonna do? Hobble?
He has no arms.
He has no arms and legs.
If anything, I would say put him in the medic center.
Fine, we'll put him in the medic center.
No, he's carterized. He's fine.
There's
No, no.
He's in
Because when
shock.
shock
He's
wears
in
off,
shock.
he's going to be in the most pain you've ever heard of.
I'll tell.
Good.
Mission accomplished, guys.
And
So do we make it?
But
back
hold
to the
on, does
Inception
killing the Emperor
Yeah.
solve the... Well, what's the goal here? To kill the Emperor and become the Emperor?
one? I am the Emperor now.
Or is the goal to...
well, for them
He's
it
the
was.
Emperor now.
For them it was to just kill the Emperor. For them it's, I guess, still
to
the
take down the Sith Emperor.
well
Right,
Empire.
hopefully
But now you
destructure
have
the
a
Sith
new
Empire.
Well,
hold on.
that
hold
hasn't
on.
been a
Question.
Yep.
Is the objective to remove the Emperor because he was a Sith or because it is an empire?
Because he's evil.
Well, it's because it's
So you don't care that it's an empire.
Well,
it just
so
can't be a Sith
the
Emperor.
the actual mission is to get rid of the Sith Emperor.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not evil and doing things that are,
But it can be a... fucking
it can be a benevolent one.
kamikaze.
So the way I've been running the Empire thus far, great,
Yes.
fantastic.
As long as you're not
You
evil.
realize I'm sick, right?
Except
I
not
mean, I
really.
knew that. I mean, you're a machine. You're not really Sith.
What's funny, I can see it now. He removes his hood and it's fucking glowing orange eyes.
He's rolling around with a hood.
his speech.
Why do you have a hood in the first place? You have no arms.
So okay, we're gonna cut to you now once you're finished drawing. So you guys are saying
Yep.
he's in the med
Until
bay.
Malik and Dallas
Can
can
I-
best
can I-
job.
Now that
Yep. Once you guys are there.
now that technically we are.
You guys haven't made the public announcement yet, have you?
Well, I thought the public thought she was the Emperor already.
Well, no, they knew. It's just you,
And
you
then-
were just the face.
And then even though there's an empire, there is a senate. They might not be considered powerful.
Actually, there
or
is no
checked.
senate in
There
this
is no
one.
Senate in this one.
Oh, okay. Well, there's still going to be a government structure, and you still have to interact with the government structure that exists. So, like,
That's still me.
Yeah,
That's
his character's been doing a good job of that already.
That's still me. I've been the public figurehead, the one that takes care of all the nitty gritty nonsense.
I guess
That's me.
you and I will be talking a lot more.
So okay.
That's
so
it. Okay.
I want to broadcast all over, just everywhere. Everybody. Can see.
Okay, so you get a broadcast.
you
Okay.
get a broadcast.
You don't because you're still in the woods. But people on the Republic and Empire can see it if they have a monitor with them. Actually, no. Do you have some sort of communication
Should I-
device,
should I
don't
go-
you?
Should I do a
Yeah,
press
I like it.
conference type thing?
Well, I meant like a comm that would have like the HoloNet news pop up.
Should I do some sort of press conference
Yes.
explaining
So-
that I have
This is all knowledge for everybody, so everybody knows what this conference is going to have.
I've given out a press conference basically explaining that the Emperor has been captured by the Republic. I am assuming full power.
So you're lying.
No.
No, because the Emperor was captured by the Republic.
Are you saying that there's going to be a rescue attempt on the Emperor?
No.
No,
Well, let him have a speech. I want you to have your speech in character speech.
Awesome. I'm
The news people, they're taking pictures.
the Republic.
Stage
captured-
fright, huh? It's
No.
okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Show
new
us
emperor
your
at one
tits.
point.
I had a really good fucking flow going.
Show us your tits.
No, I have assumed power in the
You
Emperor's stead.
assume?
I have assumed power, yes. And in the event that something were to happen to me, this guy, and I do point,
And this is where everybody face palms.
this guy shall be next in line.
Now is when your cue to blow up. On stage.
That's kind of like a mini.
That's all you were
explosion.
waiting for is the official word.
All right, so
You have,
Wait, the B9 unit that's standing beside him at the press conference. I want it to blow up, but it's not a bomb. It's just confetti.
you start to go off, and everybody's like, "Oh!" and it goes off, and it's just confetti. They're like, "Oh!"
this one was a prop. Oh, you thought that was the real one. You're funny. But no. I
And you have like By the way, it's basically like you've seen every like presidential press conference.
Yeah.
So you've got like guards and everything, and you've got like an actual person that would be like after you're done. That's gonna be like any questions.
Why is no
So-
rescue attempt?
Hold on, we haven't gotten there yet. Go ahead. Finish your speech, or was that it? Okay, so the new Empress will now be accepting questions.
So why will there be no rescue attempt on the current emperor?
As of right now, we have no idea of the whereabouts of the Republic. And their formal
He rolls backwards and he gets
decision
put on
of
his cape
what
and
they do with.
Why was he captured?
Or when he rolls real fast, the cape billows.
As far as we know, he was a benevolent emperor.
Oh, that was me. That
Come
was
again?
only- That was only
Empress. So you're saying there was a scandal and that the Emperor was not who he claimed to be?
Exactly. I have been the one who's orchestrated all the good things
Uh-oh.
that have happened.
So you're just-
The
Empire.
existing government structure would 100% have to assume that this is a hostile takeover until they verify.
Yeah,
the fault themselves.
especially now that you've basically admitted that there's some sort of conspiracy going on.
No, there's
Yeah,
no-
well, except you just did, because
So, is it safe to assume
I'm
it's
the
your
reason-
fault the emperor was captured?
It's my fault the economy is the way it is right now.
Now you're talking like a fucking
So, with poor people all over.
whatever.
No.
actually
The
the
economy's never done better.
Politician.
Not according to our recent report.
man that's such the
But
news.
Rule of law. Rule of law is important in an empire. They're going to question your ascension. It will have to be corroborated.
Yeah. We're gonna need to see some proof.
There's no reason the government structure that there are going to be people in the government structure that would be like, I don't necessarily believe this. Like,
Yeah.
we don't acknowledge your.
So,
ascension
breaking
to
news:
emperor.
the government is in the complete and
I
total
got
collapse.
this. Oh, actually,
I mean,
before we end this, would I just used a force point?
Think of the like
Destiny
the
point?
modern world like.
I just used one
analogy
for
of
something.
this.
Don't worry.
That won't fly.
don't fly, because Destiny points.
Also, we're not going to.
No, there's no goddamn way that's a destiny
also,
point.
we're not going to try to look for our beloved president because he's not beloved anymore.
Breaking news: the government is a complete.
Hold on,
collapse.
I'll tell you
I did use a destiny
I'll tell
point
you
though
what.
for you to have footage of the Republic taking Sion.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, well I'm gonna.
So you have footage of that. So but it doesn't have you guys in it.
You need to spin this like it was a Republic assault on the Emperor, right? And you
I think that's
appear
what
to
I think
pick
that.
up the
Well, that's what I'm
features,
trying to help him with.
And you're gonna solidify
I'm
the
gonna-
Empire against the
or
Republic and keep the war
someone
going or
from the
something.
Republic's gonna phone into the news saying that it was a joint,
Oh my
I'm-
gosh.
a joint takedown.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to play.
Out of game, you do know that most of the news in the Empire is run by the Empire.
Yes, but this is a new development, and some people will
Yeah.
still do it. And I'm destiny pointing this shit.
Okay.
Wait, if I can't Destiny point for them
I-
to be applauding my fucking commendations on running this empire.
No, you can
You
No,
can.
they're applauding
Hold on.
that.
You
but
can
they
de-
still question.
You can Destiny point the people in attendance applaud. I mean, you could just spend money and not waste a Destiny point by that logic, but you can't Destiny point to successfully convince an entire galaxy government of your lie.
Anyways, I think he
It's
wants.
not a lie though.
I think-
told-
Yeah, he told
I think
actually
you
most
have
of the
to
truth.
pass, like the greatest and toughest charisma
I'm
check
just gonna
ever.
I'm just gonna cut him out mid-broadcast and start broadcasting, showing where the three of the Jedi took an unarmed, unlegged Emperor off of the ship.
Oh my
and
god,
then
the
it
Emperor's
blew
been
up
disarmed. No, he's upside
afterwards.
down.
So I'm going to show the public an
So over
unlegged.
the Empire News
None of
Network.
this matters because I'm tearing all this shit down.
But I
And
mean,
then-
you see this all on the news too, because
I'm like, yep, doesn't matter.
And then show the ship that they got him from blowing to fucking hell.
which does look like a bit of almost war
So
crime.
my destiny point is going to show the other footage.
Ooh. So you're not going to use the Destiny point to call in. You're going to use it for that footage.
Yes.
I actually need this
Of
one
her.
Destiny point.
cutting off
JP.
the arms and legs.
JP.
It's fine. There's still four.
Technically
There's
light
still.
side, right?
It's still 4 and 4.
What
You're
camera
good.
did he
I
have?
thought it was all dark side points.
Well,
B9 unit has a camera. She doesn't have a B9. Hers blow up.
oh yeah. Where would you have gotten the footage from?
Yeah.
I mean, I
We can make up something.
Yeah. That's what that's.
T3. HK was. HK was
Oh
on.
yeah, that's right. HK was with us.
HK's on the ship at some point.
He is not going.
But it wasn't mentioned that he was in the immediate area.
It doesn't have to be
He
for
doesn't
Destiny
have to be.
points.
Then my galaxy.
You know what? You know what? You were way better off doing. You should have just.
You should have
You
just
should
said
have
the
just
Emperor was
acted
killed.
like the Emperor was fine and dandy, nothing happened, and you just ruled behind a puppet. Like that happens in Rogue One, doesn't it? No, not Rogue One. What's the Battlefield 2, the story in that?
Oh, Battlefront 2.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is after Palpatine gets killed, and like
It's just a robot.
the Empire is still running, but on the like presumption that nothing happened.
Yeah, basically you should have done the presumption that nothing happened.
So,
but,
so
yeah.
this is how it's going to be.
Hold on.
Breaking news.
Hold on. Let's see what they have because I think they got one more.
So I played my stuff.
And now we're gonna go to the breaking news
Yeah,
after that's.
Let his breaking news play. What is he gonna do?
Breaking news, we just received some more raw footage of what happened, and it shows a scene of you
Doctored footage.
going in and go shoot, shoot, shoot.
Cutting.
And then
Well,
walking
it was
away.
more shoom.
Doctored
Yeah.
footage.
So it shows the footage of you cutting off
And then
Sion's
you
arms and
saying
legs,
an eye for an eye.
which
Because you did say that.
not in character, so
Oh,
it's
well,
fine.
Never mind then. I thought you said that in character. I thought you said something to him about that. You said something in character.
Not in character.
Not in character. No.
That was to me when I was asking like what was going
Well
on.
then, but just you cutting them down.
Alright, and then I'm gonna cut back in.
Okay.
And you're gonna see a B9 and a fucking badass cape that Josh drew.
I'm gonna have to scan this, won't
gonna,
I?
I'm gonna have it like, all you're gonna hear is beeping, of course, but they're gonna see the words at the bottom of the screen, what I mean. So, Kaana is going to be Emperor, or Empress, and any planet that does not coincide will meet me.
Excuse me.
They all back you.
All right. So now all the political drama, espionage is over for now. Although I think it's really just beginning. So now we're gonna cut to how you feeling about flow time right now. Getting
What do you
some.
mean? How?
We're gonna start
Time to flow.
focus on you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Flow.
All right. So you've got all the star maps.
I am leaving Kashyyyk.
Yes, you are. You have every single one. You now know where the Star Forge is.
Okay. And I am successfully presuming the identity of an Emperor officer. Do I want to try and co-opt some Wookiees to go with me?
You should.
So I actually need to attempt to locate. What's my kid's name?
Oh, Dustle.
Dustle. I want to send a communicated Dustle.
All right. Yeah, you can through him. Yep. So
You have one on, and he has one on.
yeah. So you just have to.
You can just simply.
I guess theoretically you already know this though. Would he know this already? Did you tell him?
I mean, he knows they all link.
Okay. So go ahead. I guess you have to call B9.
I don't think that's necessarily necessary. I'm just gonna put out a coded transmission to the planet that I know he's on and be like,
Well, he's on a ship. Oh,
He's on the.
he thinks he's still on Warband, don't you? Endgame. He doesn't know that he left.
Oh, he doesn't know he joined us. Yeah.
No. So
I
yeah.
think the message will find him.
Yeah, so-
Literally
so
messaging
basically-
a planet that has a SIP base on it.
Yeah. So sends it to Warband and it eventually gets to you.
Yeah.
So after I left Kashyyyk, during the weeks that have been transpiring, I was working on that certain project that I started like 2 months ago in actual real world time, and been setting that up. So that's been going on this whole time. So now, like after Kashyyyk, I'm going to confirm that that is operational and make sure that's ready to go. While the message was sent out that I'm looking for Dustle to meet me at a
Yeah.
neutral location.
And we assume this isn't
Just
something
choose
that.
a neutral location.
Yeah, and we assume this communique doesn't take like the few seconds it took us in real life. It probably takes like a week, maybe
Yeah.
2, to get through.
I've
Considering.
been preparing for my final maneuver. Listing lazily.
So basically, after the new structural government was put in place in the empire, that it will say 2 weeks passed by before all this.
Sure.
So we have his message.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully Dustle should be meeting me in a neutral location. You can pick any planet. it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
so let me ask you. In 2 weeks, has Dustle researched enough to have the things he wanted?
Yes.
Okay. So can you play Dustle real quick while I give him the message?
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, so a message came in for you. Your father wants you to meet him in a neutral location.
What does he want?
I don't know. Just to meet you. He wants you to meet him. It's up to you if you want to go meet him.
Okay, so the message included a note. I have what you want. Or I'm offering what you want.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about this.
Yep. Okay, so. And so, yeah, you share that. And Dustle's like, so he's willing to face me to the death this time. And he puts on a glove, and he just outstretches his arm, and you just see, and everything on the table flies off of it. I think I'm ready.
I'll send you.
Where would
Force
you?
glove?
He's been doing all sorts of technology to where he can appear to be force sensitive.
Sure.
So where would you like to meet him?
What planet do you think is neutral enough to get away with this? After all, my father has become a Republic war hero.
Fucking Tatooine in the desert. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, what's that desert place we were at? before?
Tatooine?
You mean Tatooine?
Was that it?
Yeah, you're on Tatooine. One of the biggest, most important desert
So this
planets
is
in
like
Star Wars.
millennia before the franchise. Can we blow up the planet and cancel that from ever happening?
Theoretically, we can because there's V9 units all up in the core.
Yeah, you're right. I theoretically thought about blowing up that planet.
Until you realize,
I needed it.
I probably won't let you do something that will affect canon as a whole. It's fine if you mess with stuff that's not canon anymore, but if you mess with canon, then we have to talk.
Just blow up part of it. I blew up the part that...
Nobody ever sees, ever.
No, I didn't blow up the part that Anakin would have raced on.
Oh, okay. But no, we blow up that, see, there's that part that nobody sees, that's what's blown up. It's
Yeah,
it's.
right.
Yeah.
But I didn't blow it up.
If anything, you'll probably end up pulling on Rogue One. You're like the Death Star, where it's just testing on planets, but not really destroying the planets.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they, within like maybe, honestly, it doesn't take that long because you can
I
just
can
call him.
him.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you get a call from B9.
I get a call from B9. You're calling me.
I mean, I'm technically the Emperor.
I'm not going to answer.
Can I send like a text message? Can it like read out in his ear?
You can leave a voicemail.
Alright, well I'm gonna tell him that
Block incoming signals.
that your son will meet you
Ah,
on Tatooine.
See, but no, the coded message was specifically for Dustle. I didn't want to go into like so everybody fucking knows about it.
Well, not everybody does. Only 2 people.
Yeah. And I'm sending
The
him.
central hub and your son and you are the only 3 people who know about it.
So actually, yeah, 3 people know.
Central
Okay.
hub.
Alright, fair enough, sure.
You know, the one that you...
AKA
I mean,
operator.
honestly, your character probably would have figured it was about Dustle after a week, 2 weeks of nothing.
Okay, so I'm on Tatooine.
Okay, so you race to Tatooine as soon as you get the message?
I've been there. I've been ready to go. This is the last part of the plan.
Except how'd you know it would be at Tatooine?
Because I told him to meet me at Tatooine.
He told you to meet him.
Whatever, fine.
Wait, it don't.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so you guys meet at Tatooine.
Oh, I sent some D9s in the ship with him though.
Okay. He looks over at them and he's like, "Wait here. I'll call if needed." And he walks off the ship, and I'm guessing you're probably at some bar or something.
Yeah. Not me though. Like I'm not controlling them. Dustle has control.
No. He told them.
Okay.
I assume they were like your little puppet ones, not.
They are.
Yeah. Which means you still see.
Yeah, I still see. And
So, anyways,
Carbonol.
where's your character probably out on Tatooine right now? Like
The
at a.
cantina.
Okay, so you're at a bar.
He's at the casino.
My friend doesn't like your face.
All right.
Sorry about that.
So, Dustle walks in, and he doesn't notice you're there at first. And he walks over to the bartender, and he's like,
Man, that was sore.
"I'm looking for someone." "Who are you looking for?" My father." "Oh, does he look kind of like you?" "Yeah, you might know.
Handsome, charming, and smoldering.
You worked a lot of it out of there.
You might know him. He's kind of famous. He's a Republic war hero." "Oh, we don't usually get a lot of those out here." Yeah, his name's Flo." "Oh yeah, I saw him earlier." And she points over to where you are.
Okay.
And he walks over and he's like,
Feel how hard it is.
"So where are we gonna fight?"
Have a seat. If you don't mind.
"I'll stand."
Well, I invited you here because there's something we need to talk about before, you know. I promised you I'd give you what you wanted, but I'd like to make a request first. So please have a seat.
"Fine, make it quick." And he
Okay.
sits down.
Activate scramble device. No communications within a certain area.
Oh.
You're just gonna have to try to not meta knowledge this because obviously I have to talk to Caleb.
So-
He left the B9.
Yeah, he left the B9s, but well,
No,
he did.
but,
He
like
said,
everybody's got fucking shit in their ears.
he's
so I'm
assuming
just
he's assuming that you gave Dustle an earpiece.
Oh, he does have one.
Well, he's assuming it's an open comm, so
Well, I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's not a
put the device on the table. Scrambling all communications. Okay, so I know you want me dead,
yes,
and you want to kill me.
preferably.
All right. I want to make a deal with you, and it involves you letting me die. I personally have not enjoyed being the tool of the Republic for an extended period of time, and I know you also have your own objectives with the Sith Empire and the Emperor. I heard what happened. I hear things are changing. Can you tell me they've been giving you everything that they've promised you?
So far,
Well, how about this? You and me reset the playing field, and you get to do whatever you want. I get to square things up. The Emperor can go. The Empire, goes as it goes. The Republic goes as it goes. You get to do what you want to do. I get to do what I want to do. You get to kill me, all in a day. What do you say? You want to hear specifics?
keep going.
Here's my plan. I described it to him.
Okay. You might have to text me a reminder of the details, specific details, so that way I can.
So you know what I was going to do with the Skyforge, right? But I needed help,
Yes.
so he's my help.
Okay.
Because he's on the inside and he's
Yeah.
powerful. So
He looks up at you and he's like, "Well, I don't actually know where it's at. Most of us lower levels don't know
but
where it's
I
at."
do. Data pad.
He picks it up and he starts to look, and he's like, "How could? So it's there?
You might not think much of me, but things haven't exactly gone for me the way I want, and they haven't gone for you the way they want. How about you and me? We make things go the way we want, and then you can go your way.
All right.
Okay, we're going now.
Okay. So let's go."
Data pad back. Delete that file. Communicator off.
And I'll.
Well, actually, no. The scrambler is still on because he's gonna leave with me. I don't want them knowing about it.
Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna head back to my ship.
All right. Well.
I guess it's at the ship pad that has been there.
I'm
I
gonna.
don't know. That's millennium away.
Yeah.
But the cantina's been around for 2,000 years.
Well, it's a different cantina. Also, you're at a different city on Tatooine.
Sure.
Right now, everything sounds more like I don't know, classical music opposed to jazz.
Or as it's called in Star Wars, jits, which is better than what it used to be called.
But I need him to know that like what my considerations are for like the worst thing in the, you know, like Empire be damned, Republic be damned, the actual greatest threat to the universe, and that's what I'm addressing. He's aware of what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's into it. Do
For
I
the
need,
most
like,
part.
cool check or something to
For the
see
most
if
part, he's into
like,
it. For like,
if
he's not
with me. Or
He's not gonna
if
he's not gonna betray what you're doing.
because he would just kill me if he was going to.
Yeah. You would just be dead right now.
Okay, there was the gamble. Okay. Phase 2.
He does look at you as you guys are walking towards the ship and is like, I am gonna have to call B9 to get access to the Star Forge once we get closer. Otherwise, we won't be able to get on.
No, we'll hack your credentials. You're well recognized, right? In the Empire.
Yeah, but I'm still pretty low on the scale.
Well, we could go in by a subterfuge.
He would be a basically mentioned up and coming, but he's got nothing right now.
Yeah. The only thing he's really got for him is that he partially trained the current apprentice of the Empress.
Oh, that's right. We have
Leela. You almost forgot it. You wrote it because you don't have your sheet.
It's
My
written on the
adopted
sheet.
daughter.
Yeah.
That's what I should have used as leverage. I adopted this poor girl off the street after her family's.
You've already used it as leverage, though. They've seen it.
Yeah, but they obviously needed a reminder that I'm not a terrible person.
Anyways, so you guys.
No, we're gonna go on subterfuge.
Yep.
Like,
so at this point,
because he's not gonna exactly be friends with the Empire after this either. But
yeah.
he still gets everything he wants.
So at this point, it's really a waiting game on you, because really, I don't know what else you have planned currently now that you're in power.
Do y'all have other business to take care of,
I
or
think-
is this all just dependent on how my story plays
I
out?
think we had different
Okay.
objectives.
So are there things that need to be played out right now by either one of
Between
you?
you guys,
My,
do y'all have conflicting objectives that need to be addressed?
the only thing that I have to do is go find, Sith sorcery stuff so I can learn those wonderful techniques.
Oh well, that's easy. A lot of that stuff is at Moraband.
So that's time passing stuff that assumes there's a story after today.
Yeah. And then he's probably going to continue running the Empire.
Well, I mean, he could start doing it now.
During my sabbatical, I just didn't want to do it while the old Empire was.
Yeah, because we could assume another time zone passes where Dustel's going to go off the radar. They probably don't know
Yeah.
what he's up to.
Especially since he just left the robots on his ship
Yeah,
and
so-
didn't come back.
So probably
Yeah, I'm pretty
because
sure I'm
we
aware
got
of that.
information, probably because I was able to show him the location, we are like scouting it out and getting like blueprints and stuff like that.
If anything,
But
they're
they
gonna
don't know that
yeah.
we know the location of the Star Forge.
No, and if
they
anything,
just know that Dustel has disappeared.
yeah, and if anything, you might even just assume, oh, Flo killed him somehow.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I calculated a bunch of shit in my head. But I mean,
The only one that you wouldn't have calculated is the Star Forge, because that just seemed unlikely, probably.
right, but I was planning on going there anyway.
No, I meant like them heading there. That's probably like a 1%.
yeah.
I think
I'm not
by
expecting them to do
definition
that.
you don't have to go there. I think there are yous there.
There are me's there, but I think Caleb put a thing, like a restriction where I have to be kind of sort of close to my units.
If you want, well,
to switch
to be
myself.
able to control them, yes.
Yeah.
They can still be doing their thing on their own, though, if you've given them like basic commands.
Yeah, you can still roleplay as B9s, but you won't necessarily roleplay as
The
your
B9.
artificial intelligence.
You won't be the B9, you'll be B9s.
Okay, so
Because right now, basically, the ones at the Star Forge are just on doing like random controls that you've
They're
programmed them
basically
with.
battle droids.
Yeah,
right.
which don't really have a sentience per se.
You
It's
being
fun,
you
but
do.
that's about it.
Yeah.
So have they been doing my plan the whole time?
Yes.
So like.
Yeah.
Oh, what I thought.
I think I know what you're talking
I
about.
think me and you talked about it.
Yeah. Just give me a quick reminder. So right now we're just cutting back to you, so that way you can have your whole
Trial.
yeah, the trial.
Okay.
All I'm thinking of for the search of Dustle is, do you know the game Heavy Rain?
I know it, but I haven't played.
Do you know of
Sean!
Jason!
Have you seen the clip where like it's bugged so he can keep spamming the kid's name throughout the entire scene?
Well, I was thinking of the first kid though, Jason, when he's in the mall. Jason! Because the acting's not much better in
But
that one.
have you seen the bug
Yeah.
episode at the end where like the whole like dramatic climax is playing out and you can just keep shouting
Sean!
in the background?
Sean! So I'm just thinking like, Dustle. Dustle.
Okay, so he's fixing it. So JP and them are
Yeah.
fixing to do the trial.
Yeah. So
You promised
That's-
to send me the footage of the trial.
no, that's gonna be just like how your thing was. That's gonna be
Yeah.
publicly broadcast.
That's what I was going to do with it.
So it's being publicly broadcast by the Republic,
Okay.
and so we've got some of the Jedi that are there that were from Dantooine that sent you on this mission as part of your people on the judges' seats. And you also have like an actual official judge because you guys were brought to Coruscant for this
Okay.
because it's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge.
So you're not quite in the courtroom yet. So you get there, and there's a huge crowd of people because they've been expecting it because it's already been publicly announced that the trial would be today. And the cameras are watching as you. He's kind of unconscious still, and he's having to be carried in through like a wheelchair. So he's being carried in on a wheelchair because I mean, how else is he gonna get anywhere?
Yeah.
Question. I think I left B9 today.
Where?
The clinic. Coruscant.
You've never been to Coruscant.
See, I thought so.
Yeah, because when did you guys go to Coruscant?
No, they did.
Okay. I was about to say,
Yeah.
no, because that's the Republic capital. There's no way they would let you guys go near it. That would definitely be a war going on. You went to a planet similar to it, Terrace, which is the one that you
Oh,
bombed.
that's right, we were at Terrace. Yeah.
Anyways, so Coruscant, and you guys see this like, it almost looks like a pyramid, but not like, it doesn't have the pointy top, it's kind of cut off.
Oh, it's the Mesa style pyramids like the Mayans.
Yeah. So it's that kind of place, and he's being brought in, and one of the news broadcasters is like, "This is the important Coruscant courtroom where we will have the great trial of Darth Sion.
Hey, go.
This is the great trial of Darth Sion will be held in this building. This is where the great trial of the Mandalorian Demigod was held, and where also the Dark Jedi who betrayed us, Exar Kun, killed his master while on trial." So a lot of history behind this.
I'm sending ships with B9.
Are they in Sith colors?
Oh, fuck yes.
Brr, brr, brr.
I am Sith color.
So anyways, so
That wasn't in your B9.
let's take a look inside
I
as
think I colored.
they're being brought in for the trial. So at this point, you're all being brought in. Really, you're after you place Sion on his side of the courtroom, you're kind of forced to go onto the opposite side,
Yeah.
as you're not. So, are you going to be his? Are you going to be his prosecutor?
Yeah.
Jedi are sometimes used as the prosecution in trials. So,
Will I make it before he prosecutes him?
well, considering you just sent them, no.
Damn it. Why not? I'm still on a suit there. I mean, hypers jump. Come on.
No.
It still takes, even in hyperspace, things take a
It's
while.
not an instantaneous thing.
Yeah. Otherwise,
It's not like you're going through FTL.
you're basically
or-
going into a. The way it's explained is it's kind of like a secondary dimension.
Yeah.
Then can we pretend I sent them a week ago?
No.
Come on, it'd be great.
No.
I'm not gonna. No harm done.
No.
They're not gonna blow up. These are special beanies.
How special are
They've
they?
been
You'll
neutered.
love it after you kill
No
Darkseid.
bombs.
They're bombs.
They're not bombs.
They're confetti.
Damn it! Why'd you have
The
to
whole fucking thing is confetti.
It blows up. It's just confetti after. you-
And it's like a grunt in Halo.
That's what I wanted to do.
You can have one. One non-explosive.
Yeah, you don't need
It's
a.
got a suitcase nuke. It's got a snook.
It's got a smoke.
It's kind of sick. Anyways, yeah, I'll be the prosecution.
You
Okay.
guys remember that South Park episode with Hell Dog? They stuffed a snook up her snatch.
All right. So the court looks at you and says, "All right, we'll let the prosecution begin."
Alright. Members of the Jedi Council,
Suck up.
people in attendance,
Yeah, I was about to say the judge himself isn't a Jedi. It's yeah.
Your Honor.
Suck up.
Today, we put this heinous man on trial for war crimes.
Objection, that's character.
Are you gonna be the prosecution? I mean the defense.
He should be doing it.
Oh yeah, RP the defense lawyer.
This is an
Character
opening
degradation.
statement. You can't object to opening statements.
Oh, actually that is true.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's still derogatory.
Mahmoud Saeed, also known as Darth Sion, has
And he spits when you say his actual name.
What is this?
has been captured as he has been planning the takeover of the galaxy.
Aw.
He has killed my former apprentice. I can't even remember.
Can't you remember the name of your own character? Fiorin.
Yeah, Fiorin Saeed. In cold blood, and video footage I will actually present to you that later. We also have numerous accounts and footages of him destroying Republic. Yeah, we're a Republic, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the Republic.
Fleets destroying planets under his own name. He's even taken over several planets within the known galaxy.
I hope you're building a good defense for him. Also, you're not playing your character, so you're
Yeah.
playing a character that actually does have the interest
Why
of.
can't the B9 I sent represent him?
Because you would purposely screw over his trial.
Yeah.
You're right. Absolutely.
I ask that the courts find Mahmoud Saeed guilty of
He spits again.
high treason and ask
That's a
for
closing
his
argument
death.
kind of statement.
You can actually ask that in opening statements too.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and have. So yours is finished.
Yeah.
All right, now the defense.
Okay, legal
You
advice.
can't ask us.
Legal
to be the
advice?
defense. We both
Do
have
not
this
try
thing.
to justify your actions by saying that you have done such and such good, because the Empire is going to rule
Especially.
on strict legal reasoning, right? And justifications like that might not necessarily mitigate or defer
especially
capital
since.
punishments for overthrowing the Empire.
Especially since it's. Especially
Why
since
don't
it's.
we let the politician do it?
Yeah, let him do the
You want to?
No, this is
No,
your
no,
role
no,
play
no,
thing.
no, do it, Jared. Come on, before you
Well,
leave.
he's not-
I'm just letting you know
Actually,
that if I
if
hear that
anything-
you shouldn't kill me because I'm a good guy
To be-
argument, they're gonna kill you.
To be fair, it shouldn't be you. It should be you because you're gonna have to leave soon.
Yeah.
And
So beep
Well,
beep
I'm way
away.
too biased.
you can play. I think you can. I think you could play it out properly if you.
Oh my god, the B9 is your legal advisor.
Just go
What
ahead.
you
And
gonna say, Jared?
at least try.
So you got the B9's got to roll and be like beep 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 beep. Your Honor.
And then Sion's like, No, 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 no.
The humans of the audience. Beep, 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 beep.
At that point, he's like, I'll just represent myself.
The B9's gonna
Actually,
roll
does he want to represent himself?
Yes. Let him
Yes, let him represent
Keep
himself.
going.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
No,
stop.
go ahead.
The B9 rolls up and he's like, Your Honor, that opening statement they said was wrong. He didn't blow up any planets. That was on me. That was on me.
If you actually say that.
And I did it like this, and then the bullet confetti goes everywhere.
Wait, do you actually do that?
Oh, okay. Wouldn't the judge be like, order, order, I will
Yeah,
represent
yeah.
my
He's just
court
like,
of law."
where? Because obviously the crowd's like, ah!
You will not make light of this.
This man is brought here for crimes he's committed against the Republic.
And you act like it's a joke.
I'm not there anymore.
I mean, he's still.
So Malik would be then representing himself.
You mean Sion?
Sion.
Yeah.
You're making the same
Thanks for
mistake I
that.
did.
Thanks
Sion
for
will
that
be
helpful
representing
sign
himself.
off.
Yeah, he should.
Alright,
I'm gonna say
what's
B9
Sion
later.
gonna say?
Your Honor. Too bad you guys couldn't bring me in on your own without getting help from my side.
Well, and here I thought you were gonna defend yourself, Mammon.
But I mean, to be fair, you were his soldiers, which means it does make them look weaker publicly since this is being broadcast.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, so now he's got to raise doubt that there's a bunch of turncoats inside the Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he's playing it smart to where at least if he dies, the Empire dies with him.
I don't know. We'll race back up to the
But would he necessarily want that? Anyway.
He'd rather survive,
Yeah.
I
but
can't follow everybody's motives and goals.
he would rather survive. But if he's gonna
Your
die,
Honor, I believe this is an act of confession.
no. Let me finish my opening statement.
No, you. You confess.
I'm just saying that when you captured me, you unarmed me and removed my legs. If anything, you should be charged for the war crimes you committed against me, just to capture me.
I thought he was on trial for that. I thought this was his trial.
No, this is Sion.
Sion.
Oh, they're not going to take my Empress.
Yeah.
So he's not getting tried for overthrowing the Empire?
No.
They're trying the captured Emperor.
Yes. For war
But
crimes.
it's the think of it this way: it's the opposite side charging the leader of the enemy.
Yeah.
Basically,
Okay, y'all just wait. I'm not even gonna. Y'all do it. I'm not even
The
following.
Empire loves.
yeah, she's.
Anyways.
Anyways,
Anyways.
so
Untouchable.
if you can look for yourself and see on our news, we've done nothing but good for our people.
It's my go.
And honestly, you guys started the war with us. I'm done.
Very true. I think I was part of that.
And the judge looks over and he says, "All right, so do you have your first piece of evidence or witness that you'd like to bring?"
Exhibit A.
Yeah, Exhibit A. I guess we could call Revan's death an exhibit.
If anything, that's gonna be you guys.
No.
I was Republican at that
yeah.
Maybe
You
you
were
guys
going
should.
that point.
Maybe you guys should plan your case before you come to trial. Exhibit A.
I wasn't
myself am
expecting to do a trial.
No, Exhibit A. I myself am a murdering, homicidal maniac, and it takes one to know one. So I can tell you.
What was the
I can
first
tell you
thing
he's
he
a
did?
bad guy.
The first bad thing?
Yeah.
It was my job to capture fellow homicidal maniacs.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I remember. It was when
There's only room for one homicidal maniac.
when Malik was still in charge.
Okay.
When Malik was still in charge, he brought them back from the Mandalorian Wars,
Yeah.
and that's when you guys first had your first attack on the Republic.
That's right. Alright, I'll bring that point out. Let's start at the beginning of your crimes. You betrayed the Jedi Order when you left with Darth Malik to join.
Oh, you mean the one that's with you right now? And he points a stub at the man.
That is
And the
not-
crowd gasps when he says this.
That is not Malik. I mean, that isn't Malik.
Rollicle. Rollicle. You know deep down he's actually Malik.
And? Too young.
It's still a lie.
And actually, that would probably be more deception than cool.
Yeah, what? Give me a deception.
That's two yellow and the green.
I'm interested in seeing how this goes. Considering all the council members that are there know you're lying. Malik knows you're lying.
Malik doesn't know I'm lying.
Yeah, he does because you said you told him.
The truth.
Oh, yeah.
He knows
Yeah,
he's
but I'm
Malik.
not gonna. And the council would actually be 100% behind me on this. They don't want that revealed either.
No, they don't.
So they would all be keeping straight faces.
But Malik and Bastila might not agree anymore. Well, in Bastila's case anymore. In Malik's case, he probably would have never agreed because he thinks it's wrong to lie, considering he has a new personality.
Yeah, he has a new personality, which means this is not the same Malik because he has a new personality.
Why didn't you just bring that up?
Because the Jedi wouldn't want that in public knowledge.
And then why'd you let him appear publicly?
I didn't. Okay, let me retcon all of this.
I was actually just to say we should retcon this entire
Just
thing.
get a
It is
retcon.
going off the rails.
Yes.
Everything you've worked so hard for, you just opened your mouth and it fucked it all. There's no trial.
Why
You
would
guys
the
just.
Jedi Order allow a crazy person with multiple personality disorder into the Jedi Order?
Okay, we're retconning this. Let's start at the beginning.
That's a destiny
When
point.
you went off.
It is.
Yeah. When you went off with the Sith and started attacking.
So you're just
Thanks.
retconning your question. You're not retconning the whole trial. Malik is still there.
Yeah, no, it's still there.
Okay. So what was your question?
That wasn't the question.
Oh,
It was the
what was your
statement.
statement?
That we're starting at the beginning when he left to join the Sith Order
Mm-hmm.
and started attacking innocent planets for financial gain. And as part of a hostage takeover.
I was only doing what I was ordered at the time.
So you admit that you were part of the Sith.
Yeah, but you're part of the Jedi. What difference does it make? There's no crime against me being Sith.
But there is a crime about killing and slaughtering innocents.
So would you say that when my sister killed and slaughtered the innocents during the Mandalorian Wars, that was a crime?
That
We
was
were
a
at
crime.
war.
That was a crime.
Is nobody gonna question this guy and using his mass weapon super bomb system of B9s as like
No, because at that point he wasn't.
Well, he did use them during... Well, he wasn't in charge.
Yeah, he wasn't in charge.
Yeah, everything that was done by B9.
So
I think
can we
this is
just
going
fast
off the
forward and say I
rails.
point out all the things that he's done
Yeah.
around the universe?
Yeah, because you're doing a shit job.
Yeah,
Doing a
'cause
shitty job thinking right now.
honestly, a lot of what you're saying, he can just throw back to Malik
Yeah.
like a million times over.
Yeah.
No, you. That's his.
And
That's
if they
his.
bring up B9 and piss B9 off, I'll pull up.
And the
You're
moment,
the one who did it.
there's like, he's just like, well, he would just point his stub over in there and be like, well, technically that guy did it. I just did what
This
he
is
said.
going so bad. I would say roll a d20 to see how well your
No,
case is going.
I just gave the information
I guess we'll
and
be
showed all the
talking
proof
about
of what he's done.
That. Do you want war?
This is just for the overall trial, how it ends up going,
What's when the Empire
just so we can pass this. All right,
Do this,
So-
peace treaty.
basically,
That's what I wanted to know.
the trial starts to wrap up. They come. The judge looks over and says, "Well, after looking at all of the evidence, for and against, we find the defendant guilty, and he will be sentenced to death."
Your Honor, I would like to be the executioner. He is my former pupil.
Separation of powers, man. Well, this isn't a federal system.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Well, it is and isn't. I mean, because technically this is a Republic trial, not a Jedi trial. the Jedi are just kind of there as
the Republic
representatives.
is almost guaranteed to assuredly be like a planetary federal system. So that'd be like the separation of powers. The execution would come down to the judicial.
Thing is, we know the Republic is not. The Star Wars Republic is definitely not separation of church and state.
it's not.
With
No,
how
I
often
didn't say
they.
separation of church
Yeah.
and state. It's separation of powers. Like, so you wouldn't have the executive be like, if the never mind. I'm going into like real world stuff, which might not apply. So
Yeah. Anyways, so
be the executioner. What am I talking about?
he thinks about it.
How would that look though? Jedi executioner.
Well, the last time we had,
Consider the optics.
and he's like, well, considering when this became an actual courtroom, we had a Jedi killed by his own apprentice. I guess tradition stands that we finally take back this courtroom by having a master take down a student who has gone down the wrong path.
Shit I've ever heard.
Well, it's kind of like
That sounds like
Now you can land my lightsaber.
they need to work in their education system.
except historically it did happen. I don't know what they.
I'll place it towards him and I say goodbye.
Whoa! Wait. The judge is like, execution's not right now.
Due process, bitch.
When has an execution ever been right?
Not in the courtroom.
I'm thinking in my head the quicker the
Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Just
Then he goes on trial.
it's like a band-aid. Just rip it off, man. It's a band-aid. Just rip it off.
I think we should put him in prison for now. Just
good idea,
And set an
Republic.
execution date.
Yeah, we
got
got to
that
set an
right.
execution date.
Yeah, how about now?
And then it'll be like a media state event.
Yeah. Public morale. He basically picks like 3 days from now.
Okay, that's fine. I can do 3 days from now.
Oh, I was fixing to say, because it's also being broadcasted. He wasn't dead 3 days. I was launching war.
Oh, so that kind of works.
Yeah.
I used a 7-sided die and was like 7 days probably at most.
No, 3 days was my tops.
Well, I meant like 7 days would make the most sense. Like nothing past 7 for somebody on this scale.
Yeah.
So, man, he's lucky. He got to have a trial. Palpatine didn't get that.
Yeah.
He was gonna just be killed by Mace Windu then and there. Although that's
I
also
have to keep up my good morale.
also that's where Mace kind of went dark side for a
he
bit.
did. All right. So 3 days from now, I kill him.
All right, so now we can cut back to Flo and Sun.
Oh Lord.
Bam, bam,
I'm
bam,
going out for a little bit.
You guys are arguing over the pieces. There's about to be nothing left.
bam, bam, bam.
No Saffron and Sons.
You're right, it's Flo and Sons.
Flo and Sun. I don't know. Have I been sleeping around?
Have you?
Well, we've got proof you did once.
Touche.
You start to fly closer to the Starforge location. You actually come out of hyperspace in the system that it's at, and you immediately notice it. It's a pretty big. It's hard to miss.
So we're planning to enter via subterfuge. Do we need to roll some checks and stuff like that?
Yes.
Uh,
So what are you gonna actually specifically try to do?
so my question to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to try to do this now, or should this come back to this after we capture an enemy ship? Well, I have an enemy ship.
Yeah, you're in one.
Yeah, that's right. I remember. I kind of stole one.
Well, you were given it.
Kind of stole it.
I mean, that is true. He kind of just threw the guy there to stay on the planet after he took it.
All right. So I'm imagining we acquired some codes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna approach the Starforge.
Mm-hmm.
We have a layout. So we're trying to get to the main
Reactor.
main reactor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
Did you ever give me an answer? No, you didn't.
Well, I don't think you heard me. I said for you to pick a place that fits in with what you may want to do.
Okay.
Because I'm not real fond of names of planets in the galaxy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, so you're gonna try to just send them codes once they ask for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm on the dock.
All right. So.
You have enemy.
And it's all
disguises.
it's all automatic because of B9 being in charge now. It would have been like an actual person asking you for codes, but now it's just like a code that's quickly sent. Like, all right, we want the codes.
Yeah, there's only like what 50,000 maybe of them there.
That's probably a deception check. Except you would theoretically have codes, but
It's fine. Weak in deception. I think I have like 5 deception.
yeah. How many ranks in deception do you have?
3 ranks. And
Okay.
It's cunning.
Uh-huh.
I think I have 6 cunning. 4 cunning.
Oh, okay. So you got 3 yellow, 1 green.
Mhm.
All right. All right, you managed to bypass them with the codes that you give.
Okay, cool.
And your son's just like, whew, didn't know if those would work. Considering my ship probably had better codes.
Whatever. Now you bring that up. Alright, so.
My ship also
we're
had.
going to don our enemy disguises.
He's already wearing it because he always wears it. Or did you mean like Republic? Are you pretending it's a Republic thing?
We're going to be Empire officers.
Okay, so he's pretty much already wearing one.
Yeah, he is an Empire officer.
But he's not like hanging out with like no shirt on, kind of looking like a fighty Jedi, like or something.
No,
Okay.
that's not how he looks usually.
Alright, so you gotta tell me what's going on. Be descriptive. Interact with me.
All right, so you're flying towards the ship now. You're having it's kind of. Let me pull up a picture of it so you know what it looks like. I mean, not the ship, but the station. And it's pretty spectacular in like design. And it has a huge laser coming from the bottom of it towards the planet. It looks like it's powered that way.
Okay, cool.
And so you start to come
Is
into
that a planet or a sun?
that's a planet
Okay.
because it's directly over a planet. And so
This is like the manufacturing base for all the Empire's power, right?
everything, ships, droids, anything that can be built. It's basically a super factory, your Dustil says. You probably already knew that, though, considering your mission was to destroy it.
Yeah, so I take it we land.
Yep, you land, smooth entrance. There's a few B9s on patrol, though.
It's fine, I don't care.
Alright, so Dustil looks at you and says, I should probably walk out first. They'll at least recognize me, and at least if we get into trouble, they'll... At least if they say we're not supposed to be here, they won't get shooty.
Okay. I don't personally want him to be recognized, but he would be better able to talk him out. Okay, so he walks out first.
Yep, so he walks out. Let's see. Give me their perception. I have it.
Yeah, my sheet.
Man, you're doing this so lazily.
I know, right?
Get over here.
You can give me the sheet, man. I'll tell you everything.
So it's 3 yellow, 2 green. One of them recognizes him. Is it gonna say anything?
Wait, do I have to
I
roll
mean, they're
against his
reporting me
perception?
immediately, right?
Just against. Well, no, you recognize Dustil.
Right.
Flo hasn't walked out yet.
Did you already roll for him? Dustle?
Yeah.
Oh. Fucking Dustle.
So I know Dustle's at the Scout Forge.
Yes. Is it going to react in any way at hostile?
It's gonna let Dustle do whatever he wants.
All right. He says, I'm on here for patrol, making sure everything's up to the way it's supposed to be. I'm going to be bringing in one of my techs supports to make sure everything's running smoothly, and we're going to just maybe look into upgrading the Starforge a bit, get it running even more smoothly. And that's what he tells the
Wait,
droid.
you're answering to a droid? Did the droid,
Yeah, no, that's really.
He said the
conspicuous
droid didn't
seeing
even
as
address
I
him,
ordered
so-
to.
hey droid, let me tell you what we're doing here.
Well, because the droid is technically a guard, so I mean, if you saw an actual stormtrooper guard or something, and they would have asked what you're
Okay,
doing.
so I guess he's gonna hand the droid some fake quarters. That's really necessary.
No, I don't think he's going
Okay,
to
well
do
he already
that.
said he's not reacting, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They see Dustle that night.
I'm fucking suspicious now.
All right, so.
I mean, Dustle, because as far as I know, I just see Dustle. I don't see Flo. I just see Dustle. So I'm like, oh, he just went to Starforge.
So he starts to
He's
walk.
still technically, in my mind, part of the Empire.
So he starts to walk towards a computer and starts to dig up information. What are you gonna do?
Who Dustle is?
Dustel's doing that. Yeah, he's digging up stuff off a computer console, so that way you can have like coordinates and all that.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna walk up next to him and we're gonna check the. Well, we have knowledge of the blueprint already, so I'm gonna be like, okay, so we need to.
Well, you don't
determine-
have blueprint of the actual forge itself.
All right,
Just,
so we wanna get a readout of the station, and we wanna start looking for, I guess, like a service conduit that'll take us to the core.
yeah, yeah.
Try to get out of the mainstream security grid.
So he's looking into it, and it's like, let's see what we got here. Yeah. All right, I pulled one up. Here you go. And he reaches out. Can I see your data pad?
Sure.
All right, so he plugs it into the system and transfers the data, and then unplugs it, hands it back. There you go. You have the full map. And he points over and he's like, so I think this is where we need to go, and from there, we should be able to get to the power, to the reactors, and we can set up what we need to there.
Is it gonna be a single point of attack, or do we have to like address like multiple areas of security? Like,
It's Star Wars, it's a single point.
okay, sure.
It's Star Wars.
Okay, so one perception check and we're all the way to the core. Okay.
Well, I mean, you still have to get there without being
Right.
noticed, because,
Okay.
I mean, you're lucky in that the ones here are no longer looking, which means they're not looking at you, according to what I'm being told. So, they haven't even recognized you yet, or even attempted to.
Usually when I pull off shenanigans shit like this, I've got a bunch of Jedi chasing after me.
Well, now you only
Versus-
have like 50,000 B9s surrounding you.
Okay. So we're in the service conduit and we're headed to the core.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously when we get there we're gonna have to deal with some major security, so I guess actually we need to make a stop off at like a security station.
Alright.
Try to get more information on what the security is at the core.
Alright, so, do you want to do the terminal that time, or should he?
Do I have terminal?
Well, it would be
I don't
under
have-
computers.
I have 3 computers, yeah.
Okay, so you want to try for it?
And that's intelligence.
Yep.
So 3 and 3.
So 3 intelligence?
3 intelligence, 3 computers.
Okay, so it's just 3 all. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. What other kind of security is probably on there besides B9s at this point?
Probably whatever was there at the beginning.
I'm sure there's officers and
Yeah.
You still left a few of them on there?
Yeah, I didn't remove everybody. It's just, I started.
The ones you knew were
B9s
loyal,
there. Yeah.
loyaler.
More loyal?
I don't think Flood thought this through though.
All right,
Blowing
and
up a StarCraft with 50,000 behinds.
I think he
helps, honestly.
I think he thought of it the way he needed to, from what he's told me.
I think he's on a fucking suicide mission.
I think he's
and
rogue.
he's gonna take his son with him just to fucking get vengeance.
I think he's rogue oneing this. I think he knew that it's a suicide mission and said, "Fuck it."
Anyways, I'm not gonna cop to anything.
Anyway, so you get the data you need. So
Okay, so what's the security at the court?
you can see that there's, from what the reports lay out, there's usually about 3 actual sentry patrols that come in and out, and they usually change about every 20 minutes. They'll shift, and right now you've got about 2 minutes till they get their next shift, and then it'll take them a minute before the new guard comes in.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the codes for the security feed and have that ready with my scrambler if I need to. So we're gonna approach the core, and what we're gonna try to do is actually at shift change try to get a disguise to go in place of the shift change.
All right. So you sit there for.
So maybe we need to find like one of the security stations near the core and try to get a couple soldiers to the side and knock them out and take their uniforms.
All right. So you see that. You see like a little barracks area that's not too far off from where you need to get to. Like it's on the way, because they put a barracks close enough so that way the shift changes are not too slow. That's why it's only a minute between shifts. So.
Alright, so I'm going to talk to Dustin and be like, okay, so we need to get our hands on some disguises here and get the security codes in order for the shift change. And the plan is while we're simultaneously doing that, I'm going to scramble security electronics in the local radius. So like if something does happen and they call out, we could just handle them. But we'll be off cameras as well, so we don't have to worry about like any kind of facial recognition or anything. And yeah, we just need the.
Well, we shouldn't have to worry about that anyways if we get disguises, because they tend to be using regular Sith troopers which have helmets.
Right, all that jazz. So, Dustle, how should we approach this? Should we go in there and pull a couple soldiers aside for disciplinary action, and then take them in, or what you thinking? This is more your area.
Yeah, I think I could call them in and probably call them out on some sort of crap code that they're not following.
Have them report to the disciplinary center or something.
Yeah.
Where's the disciplinary center?
He looks at the map and he's like, well, let's see. Well, they'd have to go through this hallway, which, we're currently in right now, so either way, they'd have to head right to us.
Is there a possibility of side corridors here for ambush?
We could always have them report directly to me, and then they follow me, and then we take them out. It looks like there's a door right here that we could probably drag them into real quick.
What's the risk of this? Do you think getting these guard uniforms and going in on shift change would be more or less risky than just going in like this?
Well, I think going in like this, we should be fine. Maybe. I don't know how secure B9's got it set up in terms of how deep into the Starforge he'll allow me to go. Apparently he's allowed me this far, though. Which does bring up some suspicions.
I think we do a hybrid technique. I think we go in with the disguises we have now, but we're still going to need shift code. So we pull out a couple soldiers on patrol, call them on some disciplinary actions, and be like, accuse them of having incorrect shift code, and demand that they provide you with their current shift code. And when they respond with it, we just take note of it.
Okay.
And be like, okay, There was a misunderstanding. You're free to go. Alright, so let's do that.
Yeah, sounds like a
I'm
plan.
gonna let Dustle perform that.
All right, so
He's gonna solicit them for their shift code when they're headed on shift.
and you've got about a minute left till that
Or
happens.
let them know there's been a there's been an error in the shift code,
And they need to
distribution
change it
system.
and take.
and we need to know what code they have to see if it's the actual correct code. Because an accidental incorrect code entry would shut down like the core or something like that. So we'll solicit them for the code.
Sounds like a plan. So he starts to walk over and toward like down the hall further and reaching near the barracks and all that. And he waits and he's just like watching, waiting for them to come out. And they start to come out and he walks over and says, "Hey, you two." And they look over and they're like, "Us?" And he's like, "Yeah, get over here." And they look to see what rank he's got on his uniform, and he's not much higher than them, but enough for them to be like, "Oh, we should probably go to him." So they walk over and they're like, "Sir, did we do something wrong?" And he's like, "Well, you might not be in trouble, you might be. We've been having some problems getting the shift codes sent properly. And we've changed our method, and we want to make sure you have the right codes. So I need to see the code you've got."
I think they should pass a discipline check, or we should have to check them against their discipline to see if they would catch on to like, this is out of procedure or something like that.
No, I was going to make them do a check. There was going to be a check anyways. Because he's deceiving them. I was thinking like a deception against something, yeah. So, let's see. I think. Wait. Let me make sure that's right.
I have a plan if he fails.
Are you just going to knock him out or something?
I'm gonna walk up and smolder at him real hard.
Alright, so yeah, he's got this. And they've got a lot lower than that, I'm pretty sure. Where's your average stormtrooper?
I don't think they should be average. I think they should even have like additional checks because their core security would be like so integral to the base.
He manages to convince them, and they're like, "Oh, well, here you go, sir." And he looks at it. He pulls out his data pad, plugs it in, and unplugs it. And is like, "Oh, you have the wrong codes. You need to go back and get. We have this new system now."
Actually, I think it should just all clear. Give them back their card, right? Because we're going to use the same code to get in. If we
Okay.
send them back and say they had the wrong code, and they report back to ask for a code, and they see that the code is correct. Huh?
Yeah.
So,
All right.
We're going to let them go. We just have the code now.
Okay. So he looks at it and says,
All clear?
all clear. So here you go. Sorry about this. Just wanted to make sure everything was running smoothly." And they salute him, and he lets him go off. All right. So he looks back at you and is like, "All right. So we've got the codes."
All right. So we'll wait for the next shift change, and then we'll head into the core.
All right. So you're going to be waiting in game 15 minutes. 20 minutes. I said 20. So another 20 minutes. So 20 minutes go by and shift change.
Okay. We're gonna go in with the next shift.
All right. So
We'll just walk behind them, like follow them in, with a
and
look of authority.
yeah. And then once they're there, they're like, "Oh, are you trying to get in, sir?"
Yes. Here's the code.
They look at it and they're like, "Yep, everything checks out." So they hand it back and go on in. And
Okay. We'll just follow the stormtroopers in.
Oh no, they just let you in because they got to keep guard in case more people go in.
All right. Okay. So we'll head in, and I'm gonna activate my my local disruptor to stop like security footage and communications within the area.
So he'll okay.
Actually, not just yet, because I don't want to. They try to communicate. I don't want there to be like, "Oh, why can't we communicate? What's going on?" Alert, alert. Okay, so we're in the main core. What do we see? Dustle and I are going to be looking for like a primary terminal. I don't know if that's going to be easy to access or if this is going to be like a large number of terminals, or if there's like, this is a huge complex down here. What are we dealing with?
So you get there, and it's just like this big old reactor, just like kind of like the power core in the first Iron Man, the big old reactor. And except it's red, because evil. So he looks at you and is like, "Well, I think that's it. We're gonna need a really big bomb, though."
We don't need a bomb. I got something better than a bomb. You don't know this, but it's been in your back pocket this whole time. I put it on you before we left the ship. Pull out your data pad.
He does.
All right, search for keyword, etc., or something. So he pulls up the keyword, and it's going to outlay this worm virus that jumps from local system to local system. And so my next question.
I'm guessing
Ken,
you're
is-
explaining it to him. As...
Yeah. Well, I'm not explaining because I don't want to be overheard. But like, so this is what we're working with. For obvious reasons, I couldn't tell you unless I knew I had your cooperation. So my next question to you, or maybe I've looked this up already, so I'm going to tell him like, so we don't have to worry about escaping an explosion. What we have to worry about is how long does it take for this station to
crash.
deorbit into the planet? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that.
Sounds about right. Should be enough to get to our ship. Well, at least for one of us to get to the ship.
Indeed. So let's approach the data terminal, I guess. If it's no other obstacles in the way.
All right. So he walks over. And he plugs it in. Presses a button. Data sent, and you kind of see the power go. Like it just kind of it just reactivates because it's just processing this new data.
Okay. So this is that technology I was talking to you about that we've been working on with the Republic for months to counter the B9 threat. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a virus that jumps from like computer system to computer system. And what it mainly does is just shut things down for the most part, and they might reset if they're considered nonviolent. But it's definitely going to shut down the power system, and that it'll destabilize its orbit. But it piggybacks on signals everywhere, and it looks for B9 AI, and it scrambles it and removes it from any hardware.
All right, so I'm gonna start.
And
Seeing
because it rides signals, it should go through the galaxy over a course of time.
All right. I don't know if he knows what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah, boy.
No, I know. Yeah.
So we could resolve everything that happens here because that's an effect that's going to take time, and then see if he even knows about it. Because by the time it hits a B9, like they're scrambled, deleted, it doesn't have time to transfer a warning to the other B9s.
Yeah.
And even if it would just be transmitting the virus.
I mean, if anything, he's just gonna see that it just got deactivated. That's all he's gonna know.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But then even that, like, there would have to be a ping or something that's transmitting that it's active or deactive. So that's, once again, that's just a jump for the virus.
Yep.
So.
Well, the long-lived reign of B9 might be
Get
at an
Halo
end.
purged, bitch.
Man, he is the Flood.
Yeah.
Dead one.
Oh, I don't know. I can't determine that maybe you thought this was coming and had a plan or something like that. But we've been working on this ever since I knew you were turning into an evil hive mind thing. This is months back.
All right, so
We started talking about it when you were locked into the vault the first time. Before we let you out again. Just in case, this was our fallback. But it's also going to collapse the Starforge into the planet, which will destabilize the Empire, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so...
considering they don't actually really have any financial things, considering their only financing is the planets they've conquered. And they haven't been using those to make their weapons, they've been using this.
Right.
So any military stability they had
Right.
is
The
gone.
Empire rests on a militaristic kind of
Yeah.
structure.
I mean, they might still survive everything else-wise.
Sure, but this is my bet. So.
Yeah.
Uh,
So.
So the power core starts to destabilize. You set it powered back up. What's
Yep.
the deal?
It just powered back up so that way it can process it.
Okay.
And he looks at, Duster looks over and says, alright, so I think we should probably start heading out now. Before it actually starts crashing.
All right. You follow me. I follow you.
I'll
Let's head
follow
back
you.
out.
I'll follow you.
Okay. Well, let's get the fuck out of here before we start to lose orbit.
Agreed.
All right. So we're going to calmly head back towards the exit,
Alright.
and
Nobody questions anything. And
nobody questions anything. There's no question of like, hey, our comms aren't working. Just we're just gonna walk the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's.
And you start to get towards the hangar, and that's when you just hear this loud wave throughout the.
I was actually kind of hoping it would have started destabilizing orbit and we'd had to escape while like panic ensues.
I figured it was more.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Plus, it gives. Plus,
But
I
wouldn't
would-
people be like figuring out what the fuck's going on when like all the B9s start to like?
Well, that's
Go
why.
limp.
That's why I was giving it a little bit of a.
Okay. All right, so we're heading to the ship.
Yep. So, and as you're getting on the ship, one of the soldiers walks up to you guys and says, "Do you know what's going on? Something's going on. The forge, it's falling up out of orbit. We have no idea what's going on."
Check to throw some bureaucratic shit at him.
Is that what you tell him?
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do a check to throw some bureaucratic shit at him.
All right.
What are you waiting for? Sound the alarm!
All right. Give a.
Evacuate executive personnel. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say give. What kind of check would be good for that?
Deception.
No, because you're not really deceiving them.
Cool. Leadership.
Yeah, go ahead with the leadership.
I have 3 of that.
All right.
And that's presence. I also have 3.
All right. So
3 is like my magic number.
So you have 3
Everything.
yellow. All right, you convince him, and he's like, "Yes, sir," and he just runs off and goes towards like the nearby terminal. And is like, "Everyone, quickly evacuate! The Starforge is crashing!" And all of a sudden, you hear alarms going, "Rrr, rrr, rrr," and now everybody's panicking.
All right, so
At this point,
Dustle hasn't tried to kill me yet.
he's waiting.
Okay.
He's biding his time.
All right.
And at this point, Jeff, you notice one of your first of the B9s goes deactive. And of course, you've probably been sent the signal that the Starforge is crashing. It's falling from orbit.
I can hear the hamster wheel turning.
And at this point, another guard comes up to you guys as you're like just about to actually get out of there. Like you're sitting in the pilot seat, like ready to just.
Gun.
And one of them comes in and is like, "Sir, what are we supposed to do?" And Dustle looks over at him and says, "Well, this man's the one who did it." And he points to you. "I was waiting on one of you guys to show up. We need to arrest him." And he looks and he's like, "Yes, sir." And he starts to go over to you to arrest you.
I was expecting this. Okay, so does he try to slap me in cuffs?
Yeah.
He cannot physically interact with me. Because I am incorporeal.
Didn't you touch things?
No. I've been actually very careful in my description. Dustle had the data pack in his back pocket.
Except you gave him a
he
data
installed
pad.
the
You gave
code.
him one data.
That was before we actually went into the last time I interacted with him was when we actually landed the ship.
Yeah, because when you went out of your ship, you handed him a data pad. to.
Yeah, at the terminal.
Yeah.
That was the last time I actually physically interacted with him.
So when'd you do the trade-off?
Huh?
When'd you do the trade-off?
That's when I also put the thing in his back pocket.
But when'd you do the trade-off of the real you versus corporeal?
Oh, between scenes.
Okay.
Well, I couldn't tell you about it, or you would have metagamed it.
But I don't know when it would have made sense for you to be.
I mean, I'm still on the station. Like, I have to be like in semi-local proximity for this thing to work.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I'm not physically with him.
And of course, he's like coming up with the same logic that I am. That's like, well, I gave him the data pad at some point. He's got to be on here somewhere. And he looks at the guard and is like, he's on here somewhere. Get him! I want him. And so the guard's like,
So my projection me stands up, walks through the guard, looks at Dustin and say, "Sorry, kid, but we
oh
both
my
win
gosh,
this."
are you doing what I think you're doing?
What? Tell me what you think I'm doing.
Well, I want to be careful because I know he still hasn't seen it. Last Jedi.
Sorry, kid.
Last Jedi.
But we both win in this situation. Bye.
Did you just pull a Last Jedi on your son?
With regards to
To that one scene with
Han?
Luke.
Luke?
The Luke scene.
Oh yeah, that was kind of sort of, but not by
Not
force
intentionally,
powers.
it just kind
But
of...
not by force powers.
Was it intentional that you did that, or did it just happen that way?
No, I planned.
Okay, so you did plan to do it this way.
The whole
Okay.
way. I just didn't know exactly
Okay.
how it would play out.
Got it.
I can't read the futures, but
So
that was my inspiration. Yes.
That's what I thought.
I didn't know if you were referencing like a
no. I knew
a Kylo Ren killing Han
no,
kind of thing.
no. Anyways,
Because I thought he was gonna try to kill me in the core, and it would play out kind of like that.
oh no, I think it made more sense for him to try to frame you up.
Where
for,
he tries to like kill me, and I make it look like he hit me, and like my projection jumps off the balcony and falls into the core or something.
I just figured it made more sense for him to kind of just be like, oh yeah, he did it, get him. Because then it makes it easier for him to like.
Well, now he's got to explain his compliance with this effort. Because all the security feeds upwards of, but not included in the data breach of the data core because I scrambled it, will show him assisting me. So.
I think he could come up with a good excuse.
Uh,
Duress. I mean, that's the easy get out of jail free card.
Sure. Duress until now. At the same opportunity at every other point. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So how does he react?
So he's just like, well, I guess I want to live. So he sits there and he starts to start up the ship.
Okay, so...
He's assuming you're not in the ship, although you could very well
I'm
be.
I'm actually in one of the similar ships, like, close by. And
Yeah.
I'm also preparing to take off at this time. So...
I mean, he got that part of you. The I want to live part. He got something from you.
So,
Even if you didn't raise him. Which is why he hates you.
he'll love me for this, though. I guarantee it.
So he starts to fly off and he's like...
That's our thing. We trick each other.
Wait, did you blow up the Starforge?
They're in the process of... Well, it's not blowing up.
I dropped it out of orbit.
And,
So,
I
I think I've escaped.
yeah, everybody's escaped, except for the people probably on the Starforge.
And all the B9s.
And all the B9s on the Starforge at the very least.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time until it starts to affect B9s outside the system.
Yeah.
Not if they're all fixing to die.
Oh yeah, because how are they going to send signals?
What's that?
How will they send signals once they die other than...
Because it's writing like every communication and signal burst and like we
Oh,
send,
so
like,
actually... So
we're
yeah,
sending
technically...
like hyperspeed 10
So technically
speed
by...
messages from system
So
to
technically... So technically your communication to your own son, it's writing that right now.
system. Yeah.
It's just not going to power that off because it's not looking for that.
No, the only thing it affected like technically was the system's power core. Everything else is just it's AI seeking.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not looking for that, so it's not going to affect it.
Right.
Huh. Okay, so, wow, Starforge is gone.
Describe it.
And so,
Ain't that a shame?
and B9 will eventually follow. Eventually. It's okay. I've got plans.
As does B9.
I was personally thinking like this is like where the story starts to close up to an end because I don't see like
Well, the
too many
main
more ways that this could roll out.
this
but-
specific story's ending, but there's a story that follows up that's connected.
Okay.
And
Well,
B9 makes a hell of a
That's the close of my chapter. We'll come back to me if there's more, like after all you guys do your
Yeah.
stuff. So back to you guys.
All right. So.
Flow strikes back.
So yeah, what do you? Is there? Any, so now
Return of the flow.
3 days have passed. What's your intellect?
Mine?
No, his straight up intellect. What's your straight up intellect?
5.
5.
Yep.
This will be interesting indeed.
So you go to kill Sion and he's like, I'll suck your dick.
About my girl.
I'll eat your pussy.
All right, so the guard walks over to you and says, "Yeah, he hasn't been doing anything since being held here. I mean, not
What
much.
can he do? Wobble?
I mean, all he's done is sit in his chair. He hasn't even like done anything. And you guys walk over there, and you see him just sitting there.
It's time. Mamoon. Whatever.
He doesn't spit this time.
This doesn't necessarily mean your character dies, because your specific centralization of
What
the
are you
B9
doing?
personality, you see what I'm saying? Is
Hold
you
on, I'll
could
wait till-
argue it as kind of like as your sentience evolved, your actual coding changed, right? So
So the main
The
one
I
right
already
now.
tried to defend trying to player kill me, but it's too fucking late.
no.
I think he's
I've
saying.
talked to Caleb
I think he's
about
saying that the
this
main you
doesn't
won't
necessarily
die.
kill your character, but it puts an end to the B9
Which
massing
is what you should have done, because now
and the crypto hacking. Like
Yeah.
you can't jump from unit to unit anymore because the moment you do, you're transcribing your code and it'll get eaten up again.
for now.
Anyways, I wanted to play out this cool moment for the audience. Okay, so you ask him what he's doing. He doesn't answer. And the guard looks at you and looks at him and says, "Hey, you heard him."
That was pretty
And he
slick.
starts
You think
to
it's pretty slick?
get his keys out to start
I've been
to.
planning that ever since.
Open
you
the jail
started
cell.
code.
Well,
Should I open it?
I had safety nets in place.
I'll pick up a rock and I'll toss it in to see if he makes any twitches.
Oh, just fucking stab him.
The rock is tossed into the cell, and it flickers through as if a hologram.
Fuck!
He took my maneuver.
Where is he?
He was here just. He ate like. No, when. No, he never ate. He never did anything the entire 3 days. And all of a sudden, the hologram flicks off, and all you see lying on the floor is Revan's mask.
What? Security breach. Sound the alarms.
I should have fucking blew up that shit.
And that is how you end a session.
I should have fucking killed him, Malik. I should have just fucking killed them all.
I should have killed him.
I should have killed all of ya.
You know this is the equivalent of when a bad guy monologues so much that he becomes vulnerable. You've been parading your immortality and spreading your influence at such a rate that we've been able to plot against you this whole time.
Which
So,
is bad
Revan-
now.
Now you're
He's
back down
alive.
to our level.
Yeah, he's alive. He's not anywhere in the system currently. He's alive, though.
But you guys got a new problem. This empire that has been more and more becoming automated by B9 units now finds itself completely understaffed.
Yeah, and also, like, any
Any
military structure that you had.
Any structure that was just operating on B9s is now defunct. It's just down the
All your ships are gone. Like, there's no way to really manufacture new ships at this point currently.
But
So
I didn't necessarily destroy all their existing ships.
no,
They're unaffected except for the B9s.
no, they just can't build new ones.
No. So I'm calling Kaana, by the way.
Okay.
Kaana,
Yes, dear.
we need a treaty.
Yeah, because at this point, Sion's escape has probably become public.
No.
No,
it hasn't.
it hasn't. Well, at the very least, the Starforge blowing up has. So the Starforge blowing up is public.
Kaana, sweetie.
Actually, from the perspective of the guard, no, I gotta say this. You did execute him with a rock. You struck him with a rock and eviscerated his person.
I mean, to him that made sense. He's like, oh man, I hear about Jedi doing that all the time.
I just had to put that out there.
So,
Oh, snap!
Kaana, sweetie, darling, dear.
hold over.
Yes, honey bunches.
Oh, we need to forge a treaty like yesterday. We have a problem.
Oh, that's what I was going to try and do, but somebody wanted to try and like wreck my shit in with Republican propaganda.
Yeah, well, you didn't show all sides. But that's neither here nor there. We have a bigger problem and we need a treaty.
I also didn't show you guys actually doing anything nefarious. That was B9.
That was B9. Already throwing you under the bus.
That's, again, neither here nor there.
Yeah, you will. I'm gonna let you.
So we need a truce, a treaty, something like yesterday.
Okay.
We have a new threat. To both sides.
Okay.
Revan is back. Oh, and it gets worse.
So Raven, I haven't That's So Raven that in like 2
Oh yeah, you're right. You haven't. Hold on.
Did you just make a That's So Revan?
Raven.
That's what we're gonna call it now, though. That's our Revan.
That's so Revan.
Hey, guess what? You get 2 visions. So first one is all you see is a stormy planet.
Oh, so we sign up for this, and we have.
You still there?
460 days starts.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got the first one.
You had to sign up for it 60 days.
Second one,
Before you do that.
No.
you just see the back of a unknown person sitting in a
Secure a face.
imperial-looking throne room.
But I want a total one.
I need water. Me too.
Can I assume that this is a humanoid in shape?
Humanoid in shape, but not human. You don't know. No, see, you don't even know what I'm setting up, though, and I think it's great that you think you have an idea, though.
No, I think I do.
Okay.
So Revan
We're
coming,
gonna have to talk once the recording's done.
Revan coming back is not the worst news.
It would fly away, so I went right above the shirt and flew it in my hand.
Oh, there's even worse news?
Yes.
Fuck.
He lives.
Did you bring it to work?
I might have brought it over.
That's what I was thinking.
The protein powder.
I'm guessing you automatically assume Sion.
We blackballed.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the only B9 unit left is the one that just left the Empire in your hands and went into hiding.
Yeah, the main B9 unit went into hiding.
Yeah, Flo and Dameron killed them. Or whatever his name is.
Dustle. Yeah, the Damerons.
The Damerons killed them.
Revan has taken Sion. We don't know how or when.
Oh, that's just what you assume, JP.
That's not gonna bode well.
We are not going to reveal this to anyone.
Oh, but we are.
Got it?
Hard to hide when you know
What?
He said,
the former emperor is still alive, and he's probably going to try and retake his throne, and he's going to make himself publicly known to be alive, which makes me look bad, the person who's the public figure of the empire since God knows when.
he's basically rambling on about how it's going to be difficult to hide it.
It's gonna be difficult, but we're gonna do our best. We're not gonna reveal anything. Got it?
I don't have that sort of control over the media.
You control the fucking empire.
Yeah, until the emperor himself comes back.
Until the Emperor
And
himself
then
comes
you
back.
kill him. He has no arms or legs.
Yeah, cybernetics is wonderful these days, guys.
Well, then you better start training. What?
Alright, but yeah, it is a 5-year gap between this campaign and the next story. So, 5 years will pass. So start coming up with what...
For what?
So start working together on whatever 5-year gap you're going to do. Yep. And everybody's going to get... what's a fair amount after all this? I think 500 XP is fair.
Why not
Oh,
1,000?
yes. Oh, yes.
Why not 1,000?
Because you can do way too much with 1,000.
That's the point. It's a 5-year gap.
I don't remember that.
Fine, 1,000.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Give me 1,000.
Everybody gets 1,000.
Yes.
You hear that, John?
Well,
Everybody has 1,000 XP. Hey everyone, thank you for checking out the video. If you enjoyed what you just saw, be sure to give us a like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't want to miss any of our content, be sure to hit the bell icon where you will be notified anytime we upload a video. Also, if you wish to watch RPG Workshop live, you can follow Studio Bastion on Twitch. There you can also enjoy his gameplay live streams and other podcasts that are in production. Also, if you like what we're doing here at Escape Reality Films, be sure to check out our Patreon and support us, and get some cool rewards in return.